Perfect. Perfect. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pressing Buttons. We're back. What's going on, Sue?
What's going on, sir? I am living day by day.
As we always do as black men.
It's been a very interesting time in the world of gaming.
Can we start it off with ranting about something that has been happening since, you might as well say, I would say since the PS3 era when things started going online. Games as service. Recently it came out that the Avengers game, the last of their DLC content, which is the Winter Soldier character, it is going to be dropping March 30th. Yep. And September, I think it's around your birthday in September, that's when they're stopping service of the game.
Not just this game, but quite a few games this year
Apex.
They're all getting Thanos snapped out of existence, and they're going off to MMO heaven because this game, Apex Mobile, Battlefield Mobile. What was that game? That game they tried to get the whole FGC into playing. What was it? Not Rumble. What was it? Rumbleverse.
I think was that the one where they had different characters that played differently or some shit like that.
It was that wrestling action RPG MMO type of game.
Yeah, it was kind of like the dodgeball shit.
It was Rumbleverse.
Rumbleverse. Epic Games.
Rumbleverse is shutting down literally after 6 months.
Half a year. Didn't even last a year. Half a year, and they're like, "Yeah, we're shutting down." And it's kind of a thing now where So here's the thing, and beyond just games, we as a society, I'm not gonna say us, but just the corporate world is very greed based, and when you have the people that you're listening to are the what's the word for them, the stock board members, those people, if you're listening to them, stockholders. A good example of basically what's happening is, so say for instance, your company, you make $1 million your first year out. Great, right? So the following year, stockholders expect you to make more than $1 million the following year, which isn't really feasible because you could be satisfied with just the following year you made another $1 million, right?
Or they go the worst. Technically, they can go this other route. You made $1 million your first year. Second time around, they want you to make double or even triple that at half the budget.
Yes, and
they get when they get cheap, it's even worse.
And a lot of that has to do with just greed. It's not enough to just consistently make $1 million every year. It's this thing of, we got to make double than what we made last year. Why? Like, why? What's the point? And then in the effort of them doing that, like you said, either A, they cut the budget in half, or B, they tripled the budget, expecting the game to make more than the budget for whatever reason and stuff. And it's just all these things echo into how we have gotten to this point now with games and services. And I don't think we talked about this before. The Suicide Squad game is coming out with that whole fucking Game Pass shit.
Yeah,
which has a lot of people worried.
Not to be confused with Gotham Knights, but it's the actual Suicide Squad game.
Which, by the way, Gotham Knights was fucking terrible.
That it was.
I was
to nobody's surprise.
I had reservations because I was excited because I was like, okay, even though they said it didn't take place at the Arkham Knight, I was in my head, it felt like it was going to take place at the Arkham Knight. And then I saw the gameplay and I was like, this doesn't look good. But I like to be proven wrong. And then I saw people playing it on stream and I'm like, ooh, I am glad I didn't buy that fucking game because wow, that shit was terrible.
You know, I really hate to be that guy, but I really did turn into that guy of, you know what? I'm done being the guinea pig.
Do I want to buy it on Steam? I probably wouldn't even buy it on Steam.
I'm not. You couldn't even offer that game to me for free.
Now going back to Avengers, around your birthday in September, that's when they're shutting off the service completely, and they said the single and multiplayer will still be intact, and they're pretty much going to give everybody all the stuff for free. And it kind of calls into question, like, games of services need to go away. Now, granted, a lot of this, some of the games of service stuff is coming from if you're a PC player, because PC and Steam kind of do the same thing in a way with the games of service stuff, because there are some games on Steam that you buy that you have to be online in order to actually play the game, unfortunately.
Right.
It just is what it is. And it's kind of a point to where, like, some of these games of service stuff I've never touched because it was just like, well, it's not the type of game that I play. Like you said, Rumbleverse, I never touched the game because it just wasn't my wheelhouse.
Same here.
And honestly, I question why that was even advertised to the FGC is beyond me.
Well, you know, there's reasons for everything, but you know, who do you get? My
point.
thing was
Very good point.
My thing was, who do you get to push this game above everybody else in the FGC? You get Maximilian. Like, like never mind tournament winners, never mind, you know, tournament influencers or TOs or commentators and nothing like that. No. You get the face of, I would like to say, not corporate, but like the face of the clean side of the FGC, the side of the FGC is trying, but at the same time they're trying to be, but trying not to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go to Maximilian because despite what you might think or your opinion of him, the guy brings butts to seats. Period.
Yeah, it gets people, interested in what he's streaming, so it makes sense.
So he played the game, and unlike a lot of other people who probably played the game and said that the game was okay, he did have good times playing it. And I remember him saying on Twitter that, you know, it's sad to see it go.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things when you see these kind of games of service stuff, and then you start questioning things. Because, like I said, the Suicide Squad game, I was hyped to play it, and then I saw the Game Pass thing, and I'm like, ugh. Like, and the thing that kind of irked me with it was like, we just had a Guardians of the Galaxy game that was actually really good, surprisingly, for a lot of us, because we were kind of like, I don't know, this game might be shit. And then we play it, and it's like, oh, shit, it's actually really good. Like, goddamn.
Keep it real, Chris. That game was more Guardians of the Galaxy was an apology.
Low key, it was, because it came out like I think a couple of months after Avengers, and people were like, well, what the hell? This is like a night and day difference in gameplay. The fuck,
that game was such an apology.
So it was like, it was one of those unknowingly apologies where you're saying sorry, but you're like, what am I saying sorry for? Like, that kind of thing in a way. But like when I played through that game, there's still costumes I got to find in that game that I didn't unlock, because there's a good chunk of them I'm still didn't see, because you play through different levels. If you explore, you can unlock certain things that has the costumes in it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can go back and play it a second time and, play through it and have fun. And that's something that's missing from a lot of games now, because they're doing the Game Pass, the games of service, and we're going to put this behind a paywall. Maddie, what's that? Was it Maddie McMuscles? Whatever that dude.
Oh, Matt McMuscles. Yeah.
Matt McMuscles. He did a video for Asura's Wrath, and that, holy shit, I'm glad I didn't fucking pay for that game or even touch that game. Wow.
Can I be that guy? Can I be that guy again, Chris?
Be that guy, Eris. Be that guy, Eris. I knew you stand that game at one point.
No, I didn't.
No, you never did.
I never did stand that game. What are you talking about?
You did for like a day and a half. No, shut up. You did for like about 3 days. I remember
is that technically?
No.
It wasn't even 3 days.
No, let me tell you. Eris got to like his 4th trophy. He was like, okay, D, let me tell you the bullshit that Capcom is doing. And remember, it was all at once.
How did I miss this?
Capcom was just doing stuff. It was just so funny, man.
This is what it was. I wasn't standing it. I said, okay, I want to play this game. Let me see what this is about. We already know what the game was about.
Yeah.
It's
anime.
No. I'm just going off the character. character. This guy was pretty much the blueprint for every Hawaiian button-up shirt of the early 2000s. Sir,
Dog.
And
He was the monster energy.
yeah, you know,
of back
yes.
then.
Dude has 6 arms, you know, like 6 arms demigod, Asura. And I said, okay, let's see what this game is about. I played through the game, and before I could even finish the game, I hear rumors, and my rumors are confirmed that DLC was coming, but it's the DLC that you have to buy in order to finish the game.
$199.
That rubbed me the wrong way. It irked the hell out of me. And then the other part was, DLC for fighting Evil Ryu. Next DLC fighting Oni. And I said,
$199 each.
This is stupid.
Dog.
$199 each. And I think
ever.
the last 4 episodes they packaged it together, and you paid a grand total of I think either $5.99 or $6.99 for it.
To this
That
day,
still doesn't make any sense.
It was stupid.
To this day, in that closet behind me is the physical copy I bought in Japan.
Now, fun little story. 9 years later, 2022, D has the PlayStation Plus pass, got all the games and all the rest of the shit. Flipping through the games. Donnie like, Dad, what's that? Oh, that's Asura's Wrath. Oh, really? Yeah, you might like it. He played it for 4 days. Hey, Donnie, I see no trophies on it. What's going on? Oh, yeah, I don't want to play it. Why? They asking too much, and it's all cutscenes. It's just it's just quick time.
Folks,
it's just quick time everywhere. That's what he said. I was dying.
Asura's Wrath was a 1080p update to the old school. You guys remember the Sega CD games where you play left, right, A, B, and it was really like, for instance, and I ate the shit up on the Sega on the Sega CD days. You know, my cousins had it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers had a Sega CD game where it was an interactive thing. And you know what it was? It was the fucking Data Dumpster, the fucking Pudgy Pig episode.
I was just about to say the Pudgy Pig joke.
And all of it was you press left, right. And if you've seen the episodes, you already know how this shit fucking goes. They were just reusing certain scenes from the episodes and shit. And that's all it was. And they did the same thing for I told Sue about this with Mass Rider. Kamen Rider J got a Sega CD released. And it was basically the same thing. That's all Asura's Wrath was. You press left, you press right, you mash B when you're fighting the character.
I was about to say, Donnie told me like, Dad, the most I did was mash X.
When you fight the bosses, all it is I dodge this big
R1, R2, what was it? L2, L1, I mean L2, R1, L2, R. Like it's
mashing square to beat the boss up because their health bar goes down, and it's just that's all it was quick time events. It was a mess.
And I know what you're saying, smart ass. I know what you're saying, smart ass. Well, they do the same thing in Yakuza. Ride a dick. Okay, first off, ride multiple dicks. All right?
I can actually play Yakuza. I play side missions that are actually fun. I actually can play and beat up randos that want to pick fights with me on the streets of Kamurocho. That's gameplay.
Do you know what real gameplay is? Do you know what real gameplay is? Kiryu telling a little girl, stop selling your underwear. And she was like, you know what, Kiryu-san? You're right. Thank you.
Real estate schemes.
Hey, look, dog, real talk. I love Yakuza 0. Fuck you. This whole thing is gambling at this point. Because you cannot master the real estate thing. It's straight up gambling. Oh my God. I had to stop playing.
I really want to run back Yakuza 0 as a stream because I swear to you, I didn't stream it. D saw me do a brief part of it. I was doing the hostess mini game side mission for fucking Majima, and I was having fun with that shit. You literally would get lost in the fucking that whole little subplot, and it's not mandatory to beat the game. You can just get lost in that shit for hours.
Now you can say the same thing about the hostess thing, right? Real talk. Okay, yeah, you can say that's the same thing, big gambling and all that rest of that shit. But you know what D says? Fuck you, I'm a pimp. Oh,
Exactly.
D's a good pimp. I'm a good pimp.
So it goes back to this whole game. So it goes back to the whole games of service thing where you're sitting back and I'm like, we're getting nickel and dime as gamers because companies are being greedy and trying to double up on their profits instead of just being content with just making profits every year regardless. It's ridiculous.
It is weird to me how they said, "Oh, we see what the free to play thing is doing. Let's do the same thing, but don't have the same features and just have the live service and nothing." Like why? Why? I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's what rubbed me wrong with the Suicide Squad Game Pass. I got Game Pass for skins. I just played Guardians of the Galaxy where I can unlock skins by playing through certain parts of the game and finding things. What the hell? Like,
By the way, I agree with both of you. I agree with Eris totally. That was an apology. I don't care what you say. That was an apology.
I know. I agree on the
Guardian of the
apology.
Galaxy is nice, though.
I don't think it was a purposeful apology, but it was definitely. You know what?
You can look, put it this way, Chris. You can tell the producer of the game was like, "Okay, so we ain't doing that no more." I will say that. I will say that much.
It was more so. All right, we got to do something. We're getting killed in the reviews now.
And that wasn't even Square Enix that did the Guardians of the game. I think that was it Activision?
I think that was Activision.
Yeah, Activision did that one. So I think Activision probably, you know what? You're right, sir, both of y'all. Because I think Activision saw that Square Enix Avengers game. It was like, oh no, we're not doing that.
Oh, you have to. And you know what? Here's the funny thing. I will say this, and I've noticed that at least with Star Wars, the Disney license, you only got 2 games to fuck up on them before they start really barking at y'all. Messing up their game. I will give Disney
why do you think Disney?
You have 2 fuck ups before they throw you in the garbage. So
why do you think we got so many of the Lego Disney fucking property games? Because you can't fuck that up.
Can't fuck up I actually call bullshit. Because as much fun
I had, which one they fuck up?
As much fun as I had playing it, I do not want to play the Force Awakens one again. I don't. I just don't.
I bought it for PS5. It's fun, but it's definitely one of those.
It's not the good. It's not the good one. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
You know why? Because it's the whole Skywalker saga thing. That's the only reason why I bought it, because I enjoyed it. Because funny thing,
I'm glad they did that, but at the same time, here's me. Hey D, you gonna go through that shit? Fuck no. I barely want to go through it because I gotta play Finn fucking around on a different planet doing nothing, not doing no Jedi shit. Hey Chris, you gotta build a Lego Finn just so he can do the Jedi move.
The funnest moment out of those games,
so he can be just as screwed over in the game as he was in the movies. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hell no. I did make a custom Finn on because I'm playing through Star Wars, the original joke on the PlayStation 3 one. I'm trying to get all the trophies on that, and I did make a little. You can make your own custom Lego person. I pretty much made Finn. It just gave him I gave him dark force powers. That's the only difference I did. Why you give him dark force powers? Because it's Black History Month. That's why.
The funniest shit ever, though. So this is when I was deployed. I think this is when they did this is on PS2. It was the Lego Star Wars, the prequel ones that came out, right? It just came out. So I remember I was playing it and I got to Revenge of the Sith. You remember, both of y'all remember the opening to Revenge of the Sith where they're fighting over a Coruscant and shit, that whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here playing it inside the game room that they have set up for all of us, if we want to play it and stuff. There's multiple big screen TVs in there. So I'm playing it. Bunch of grown ass dudes pause their fucking GTA and all their games to watch me play this fucking scene. They was like, what game is this? It's Lego Star Wars. And they're just sitting there watching me play it as a starship. I'm like, a bunch of grown dudes watch. All right, I'm just gonna keep playing it.
No, they are watching. They love the best part of that movie, which is the beginning of the movie.
Dude, Lego Star Wars made that beginning shit look dope as fuck way more than the movie did. I was
Star Wars. I will give Lego Star Wars this. They made a movie that I don't like. I don't like Return of the Jedi that much. I don't.
I love it.
I really don't like Return of the Jedi that much. I don't like Return of the Jedi that much. But
it's mostly Muppets. But go ahead, dude.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. That's why. And but it's everything that happens on not Tatooine. What's the name of that damn planet? The Wookiee,
Not Tatooine.
huh?
Not Tatooine. You talking about what happens when
On the
they
end of
free? No. You're talking about what happens when they free Han and a Boba Fett gets yeeted.
Yeah, that one.
No, after that, when they on the forest planet. Well, before
Endor.
The Muppets.
Endor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Endor.
Yeah. Chris, I hate all the Endor. I hated that whole part.
The best part
But
of that,
guess what?
honestly, is
Guess what? The best part of the
battle.
game? But the best part of the game is that
The space battle with Lando and them out in space in Endor. Best moment of the movie, bar none. I will literally watch that shit once a week because I'm like, that shit was dope as fuck, man. They're fighting on the fucking construction of the Death Star and shit. They don't have to do the Death Star run. They gotta go inside the Death Star. I'm like, this is actually pretty dope. This is pretty dope. But
also real talk, Eris. I mean not Eris, Chris. I made a black Han Solo because I know the truth. I know the truth.
Lando is Black Han Solo. What are you talking about?
No. Because George Lucas wanted Thurman to be a Han Solo.
Oh shit!
I am not playing with you on that.
Had him and remember, he also had Solo frozen in carbonite because he wasn't sure whether or not Ford was going to come back for any sequels.
Because Indiana Jones.
The thing what happened with Thurman was he was like, man, he a good looking brother. He ain't been in no movies, yada yada yada. We gonna pick him. And the executive is like, are you sure? And George Lucas sat and like, oh my god, he got to kiss a white woman. They're not gonna like that. Crap.
But I'm hoping that that people start speaking with their money and games of service start slowing up. But I know it's not going to slow up.
And you know what? You can hope. You can hope, and I think it's going to take for them to get embarrassed. Well, no, because they already got. Because I was like, well, D Anthem came out, so you can't say that, bro.
Anthem was a wet fart.
See, that's what I thought would have did it for them.
Proportions,
man.
I thought Anthem would have been the one where every company is like, hey, yo, let's rethink this whole situation about doing. No, it got worse actually. So
Dude, Anthem only exists to make you forget about Paragon.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I forgot about Paragon.
Hey, speaking of sick things, if we're gonna talk about shooters, that's a good segue, D. So how is it? Okay, so Halo Infinite came out and didn't exactly have the best of people. It was very mixed. Some people like the multiplayer, some people like the single player. It was very mixed. And what's funny is we're getting another Halo, but they're going with another new gaming engine for this one instead of what they use for Halo Infinite. So I'm like, so we reset the clock back to 0 again.
That's what you do. It's what you do. You have to go back to the well and hope that you're getting Kool-Aid instead of water.
But the Infinite engine was dope. That's why I'm like, we're resetting it again? Why?
Do you know what that engine looked like when we first saw Halo Infinite?
I mean, I remember everybody was clowning that fuck the name of those creatures. Was it the Brute? The Brute?
No, Chris. It wasn't just that one aspect. It was all of it. All of Halo Infinite got trashed in the comments when it was first revealed. Everybody looked at this and said, yo, are they really about to release this PS2/PS3 or Xbox 360 game in front of us? Is that really going to be their game of the year? Like, is this going to be like their flagship shit?
Somebody was like, oh shit, break out the fat controllers, y'all.
But man,
break out the Duke. Like everybody, like anybody still holding on to their Duke controllers, break them out, man.
That's what it like. Look, it's like it was so funny because when I saw that, I was like, that looks. They gonna kill this shit in the comments. I just knew they would.
Remember, I saw Black Hokage's video. I was in tears.
Fam, everybody ate that game up for lunch.
Angry Joe went all in on it in his usual Angry Joe shtick. So
Everybody went on that shit, man.
So,
Oh God.
they're going
And
back to
rightfully
zero for the next.
so.
So they're going back to zero in the next game, and I'm like, all right, guys. Hopefully, this next Halo is good because I gotta be honest with you. I'm only playing Halo for the story. I can give a fuck about the multiplayer, to be honest.
Jim
I'm just
Sterling
looking
had
at
me down.
me.
Jim Sterling had me down on that shit because he's like, I don't understand how Microsoft makes money and go, nah, not enough, and they destroy what they have.
I mean,
They do that
no,
constantly.
personally, for me, I'm like, listen, y'all wake me up when y'all finally release Gears 6.
Well,
They supposed to be
see, the
continuing
way you
that
just
story.
said that, you remind me from old boy from fucking Casino. Well, I'll take a risk.
You know, when you say it like that, see, but when you say it like that, I feel like there should be another Xbox person. Not me. I'm a PlayStation person. Y'all can go to hell. But I feel like there should be another Xbox person that should run up to you and slap you and go, "This is how we got in this mess, Harris. Just wait for another
I'm like,
Gears game. This is how we got here."
no, it's not. Dave. First of all, Gears got into the mess they're in because Epic sold their shit to Microsoft.
Yeah, they did. That's what. Yeah, that was that shit. That
That's
was
what happens
that
when
was
you own.
different.
That's what happens when you own a business and you're like, we're finally getting bought out. And I'm like, so that was the goal, just to get bought out and not run it. Huh.
No, see,
Huh.
Epic put out 3 very good games. The first 3 Gears of War games. When Microsoft took the helm and the coalition came into existence and they created Gears of War Judgment.
Yeah, Judgment, which was
that right there was like the first sign. I'm like, okay, I get it. Not everybody at Microsoft, nobody at Microsoft worked on the previous 3 games. This is their first baby.
Testing ground. This
is testing ground. This is their first outing. They got all the assets. They got everything from the world of Gears of War to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let that pass. I'll let it skip. It's a game that takes place in the past anyway. I don't care. I'll look at the cutscenes on YouTube and keep it moving. Then we get Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4 did everything, well, most things, very well. What killed Gears of War 4 for me, that wonderful thing that still plagues video games to this day, microtransactions.
Oh, yes, it did.
Microtransactions and loot boxes.
And then didn't they try that again in 5?
And they did it again in 5. They gave us more loot boxes.
Again, I'm only playing the Gears games for the single player. I don't.
That's all I care for.
It's the same thing with Halo. I'm just all I care single player.
I mean that. And that was remember that I'm about to say, you already said it. That last one, man. They was like, well, everybody else is putting a whole lot of fucking loot boxes in their shit just cause. Why not?
Why not? Battlefront 2 suffered because of loot boxes, which is
the reason why the video game industry showed me two
Battleborn.
Yo, the video game industry has approved us 2 things that they couldn't handle. Number one, and they still show that they can't handle it, which is nostalgia. They can never handle nostalgia, right? They either always go overboard on it or make it way too meta. Hey guys, it's the 80s, you know. Video games have proven that they can't handle that shit. And the other thing they proven they can't handle is jealousy. They already proven that if it worked for Bethesda, then it can work for us. Well, if it worked for Epic, it can work for us. Well, if it worked for EA, it can work for us. By gum, if it worked for the Japanese, it worked for us. Stupid Americans. We don't know what the fuck we are doing. We're Capcom. Hold on. Better yet, if it works for Capcom and it's going to work for us over here in Konami, ain't nobody in this room.
Look. Them 2.5 years at Capcom was hell when they were trying to be like, we're trying to get Call of Duty numbers, and you tanked Bionic Commando. And what was the name of that fucking other game? Where you were out in the cold. Lost Planet. You tanked Lost Planet and Bionic Commando. Congratulations, Capcom. Oh, and you almost tanked Devil May Cry with that fucking mid-ass damn DMC. So
first of
congrats.
all, no. See, I'm sorry, Chris. I gotta stop. I gotta disagree with you on that. DMC, or as I like to call Dante, the Dante DMC game. If this game was titled anything but Devil May Cry,
it'll be fine.
people would have actually accepted this as a good game because on its own merits, it's a good game.
It was fine. It could have been if that was Ninja Theory's original game that was trying to ape Devil May Cry, I would have been fine with it. Hey, flattery. It's always good.
Games have done it.
It's always good to have a game that hey, we're flattered that this game is trying to be like Devil May Cry. Cool.
They could have called that. Listen, they could have called that game Demon Night Rush or something. And
first off,
he's actually kind of right. He could have called it that.
First off, you need to trademark that goddamn game because somebody's gonna fucking name a game that.
I already think it's already a game out there named Demon Night Rush. It has to be. That's like Bloody Night Vampire. In some type of way, in some type of combination, that's how it's been used.
There's no name like that. You better get on that shit now. You gotta do both. You gotta do both. Night with just starting with N and night starting with a K. You gotta trademark both of that shit.
Oh my gosh, man. That just sounds like there's a mobile game right there, man.
No, but
endless Google ads.
No, but hold on. But think about
Demon
it.
Right Rush now.
With a name, seriously, with a name like that fits that 2013 timeline when this game came out.
Hey, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Look who's featured in the game this month. Power Rangers.
Dante from Devil May Cry featured in Demon Night Rush. I mean, get him now.
It would have been, like I said, this game would have been more accepted.
So basically,
look what we got. The DOA girls. Hey, Aaron, how much is Techno Koei paying you for that shit?
They're paying me.
Paying me in bison dollars. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think Toei Tecmo has been broke for the last 5 years, and they just haven't told nobody.
No. Actually, do you know really what the real issue with going on with Tecmo and Koei is? Oh yeah, that's right. Dead or Alive is very much dead. Mm-hmm. See, when DOA 6 came out, not only was that game just a massive piece of crap that just could not capture the essence of what made DOA 5 good.
And that's kind of a low bar to me too.
No. See, you try to go for the.
I just feel that's a low bar that they could have easily passed.
But hold on, you try to go with this crap of you put out the ridiculous amount of microtransactions, not even loot boxes, just ridiculous microtransactions. Dog, they were charging for hair pieces to change the girls' hairstyles was a price. To get different costume colors was a price. Everything had a price. This became by far the most expensive fighting game on planet Earth. And
now, you want to know the fun part? Here's the fun part. Y'all guys know me. I'm a fan of this series. Not no more. They utterly ruined Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors for one main reason. Not enough DLC. Not only did they rework these games, but they reworked the characters. So, Eric, you know what you just said? The little piecing off shit? Wear these boots, wear these particular skirt, wear this particular bra, wear this particular hat. They did the same thing for that with Samurai Warriors and Dynasty Warriors. Two games, not only, like I said, they reworked them and they play like hell. Seriously, they're terrible to play with. Not only is that game unplayable, but you bricked it by making sure that you make the player envious of shit it can't get unless you pay them. Yeah.
But the other side of this,
they showed their true colors. Actually, was it 5? Was it 5 really with all the DLC, or was it before that?
5 had all the DLC.
Yeah, because it was so funny because when they did it on 5, I noticed how it leaked into Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. The DLC was there, but it wasn't that thick. When they reworked Dynasty Warriors, that list became massive.
Now here's the thing.
My God, it's greedy, bro.
The flip side to them is that ever since DOA 6, they've gotten a little bit better. Obviously, Ultimate Alliance 3, which I still feel I wasn't really feeling that much. But you have Neo 2. They've done some of the Fire Emblem games for Nintendo. Neo 2, Fire Emblem games.
Neo 2. I see y'all DLC. Don't dig your slick, but go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah.
302 is a good game, by the way. It's a
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
good game.
Really good game. Persona 5,
Mhm.
Strikers. And I think the latest one that they did was Strangers in Paradise Final Fantasy Origins, which is actually low-key a really good game. Dead serious. It's really good.
Now there's more rumors going around the rumor mill of there's a possibility that we're getting a new Ninja Gaiden.
Well, they got 2 of them. I know. Remember, I think you weren't on. No, me and you were watching the stream last year. That game was it Wolong: The Fallen Dynasty.
Yeah, that one was dope. But I'm not even talking about that game. I'm talking about straight up. They're bringing in Ryu Hayabusa, and they're gonna do another Ninja Gaiden.
So it's taking place after Ninja Gaiden 3, basically.
I'm assuming
because they put out the Master Collection last year.
They did, which was also garbage.
Yeah, that was the laziest collection of games ever.
I mean, it was terrible. You give us the 3 main new Ninja Gaiden games from the Xbox, the PS3, and
Sigma
all that.
Sigma 2, Sigma, and Razor's
Edge. You give us those versions, but you give us the censored versions. I mean, come on, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they've been on that bullshit for a while. I mean, it's like, it's like, to me, it feels like they're doing better just doing IP collaborations than actually sticking with their
just
main
stick to that.
Because it's like,
I mean, listen, Sega knew when to get out of the console market and just stick with what makes them good of just making games. Tecmo, Koei, collab. Just stick with collabs.
Oh my god,
you're not good at this anymore.
It's like crazy, man. Oh my god. So
all your programmers are getting contracted out to other companies that pay better.
So speaking of which, KOF 15, about a couple of weeks ago, they released the trailer for Shingo, and I think they also showed who is going to be their upcoming DLC character, which is what, Kim Kafwan.
Kim's next, and what's his face? Najee is next, and then everybody else is going to be a mystery. So far, yeah. Now here's my problem, because they announced this stuff. And I know that they're just announcing character by character, whereas last year they were doing DLC packs. No, they were just doing DLC packs, not even teams. It was like, hey, here's this team, here's this team, here's this team coming for like the whole year. Now this year, I feel like they're slowing down on the character releases, because I think it's because SNK is now busy working on the new Garu. And I think they're doing another. I heard they're supposed to be doing like an actual Fatal Fury game, not just Garo, but like another Fatal Fury game. I heard we're getting like a King of Fighters. What is it like? What they say, like King of Fighters RPG or something? And they're working on different gaming projects.
Called that Saudi blood money.
You're gonna keep invoking that, aren't you?
I will forever invoke that shit. It's that Saudi blood money that came in. They're like, hey, we got all this money, might as well take it loose. Give them a Garu.
I'm just happy that we are getting a new Garu, because damn it, we've been out in the cold for waiting on the new Fatal Fury game for the longest time. Like, I'm glad they decided, yes, we're not just doing King of Fighters. We're gonna do the other games. I mean, give us a new Fatal Fury, give us a new Art of Fighting, give us another Samurai Showdown, one that won't die due to y'all wanting to be what's that word? Stingy with releasing it on all platforms.
It's a shame, because that new Samurai Showdown was actually really good.
It looks good. It definitely looks good. And I think what turned a lot of people off from Samurai Showdown was how the game plays. Like, it plays like traditional Samurai Showdown. People thought just from the way it looked, this was going to play like some Street Fighter shit.
Yeah, I will say this. It's not
like, y'all never played Samurai Showdown back in the day.
It never did.
It does play like the original. The only problem I have with it feels doesn't. I don't know, man. It don't feel like 2. I guess, if that's the case, it don't feel like 2 or 3 if that's the case. But I don't know. I didn't get a lot of replay out of Samurai Showdown. I guess I didn't have nobody to play with. I guess
I played that, and I played a lot of what the fuck was the EX fighting game, Fighting Layer EX.
Fighting.
I played a lot of that. I mean, there's still people that are playing that online still, which is a shocker in and of itself. So It's always good.
Speaking of fighting games, quite a few fighting games have been experiencing their first rollout of their updates for rollback netcode.
Yeah, what got hit for the rollback?
So quite a few. Dragon Ball got it. Samurai Showdown got it. King of Fighters, of course, got it. Tekken has already had it. Like damn near every major fighting game that has come out is now getting rollback netcode, or at least an update for rollback netcode.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Tekken World Tour.
I hate to be that person. What does that mean? Please tell me what does that mean?
So for rollback netcode, basically it means that you're now playing, like when you play against somebody, it's supposed to feel more like you're actually playing, next to the person.
It's kind of like GGPO back in the day.
Yeah, like you're basically it feels like you're playing next to that person that you're playing against online. Like the connection, not so much the connection, but the net code should not be terrible. Meaning you press a button and then 2 seconds later the action shows up. Like it should not be like that.
Because I played, because I remember I played CBS2 on GGPO, and I played Third Strike on GGPO. This is before Xbox Live. I think because I'm trying to remember, did Xbox Live have CBS2 online, or was it Third Strike online?
Yeah, CBS2.
But I played GGPO with CBS2 and Third Strike, and it was actually really good. And
Third Strike wasn't that bad, yeah.
No, this is what happens. But this is what happens when you try to play a lot of these fighting games during lockdown, and everybody was using Parsec. See, when everybody was using Parsec, that shit felt like you were doing couch versus. Y'all was in the same room playing, and you playing against somebody who lives across the damn pond. Like that's how close the connection felt.
Yeah.
But sometimes you could be a company that finds out that your game was given a net code, or somebody hacked your game and put in a much better net code, than you guys did yourself. Looking at you, Street Fighter. See, D, you probably might not be aware of this, but when Street Fighter V came out, it had like the worst net code in human history, and somebody,
but it was bad.
No, it was awful. One person went out of their way to reprogram the game's netcode by themselves. They fixed it. People were playing the game. More people actually came in to play Street Fighter V online just because of this netcode hack. Capcom saw it, slapped it with a cease and desist, updated, patched it out, and of course never used it.
Okay.
As far
got real quick. I played the Street Fighter 6 beta. I gotta talk about something. I understand that the logic of wanting to make things easy for people to jump in, for new people to play, but I'm gonna be real. That modern control type for Street Fighter 6 is ass. It is a 6-pack of ass. What the fuck is that shit?
Well, Chris, you do know that Capcom, much like any other company, they're trying to get everybody and their mama to play the game because they know it's not the 90s anymore.
Let me tell you what the control scheme for this is. Square is light attack, X is medium attack, circle is heavy attack, triangle is special move, L2 is a throw, L1 is drive impact, R2 is assist, and R1 is drive parry, right? Fine. Now, classic control. Square is light punch, X is light kick, triangle medium punch, circle medium kick, R2 and R1 is the heavies, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. Throw is that, drive thing is that. And I'm like, thank you. This is I don't understand. Even if it's for new people, I think new people are going to be very confused with the modern control type.
I don't think they're going to be confused because, as long as people are given a choice, nobody's really going to I don't think no pro player is going to go in and be like, yeah, I'm going to play with modern controls. No,
I feel everybody are going to be getting rolled over. Online.
They will. They're only going to feel like they're hot shit when they're playing against other newbies. And only to the uninitiated. But to people that have been around the block more than once, we're going to notice that modern control scheme, be like, okay, so we know what you're going to do. You're going to be more likely to be mashing and spamming the special attacks left and right. And thanks to this game, I will just parry all day.
Yeah. Now
You
the
got to
game
do
over-
something. Come at me.
Now the game overall, I like it. It's really good. I messed around with Ryu. I tried to stream it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. For the first time, I'm just gonna play it without
That's what I
streaming it,
did.
and
I
just
just
have
played
fun
it.
with it. Um, yeah. Sega recently, they did,
They okay. All right. So I got the story on that.
you got the
one.
inside track on that one. So
Like basically what happened with Sega, they pretty much just took their name off of all of their arcades in Japan,
newer ones or the
and
old ones?
all of them. Like you try to go to Akihabara and you look for like all the Club Segas, then Club Sega's no more. It's like it was gone.
Oh, I knew
during the
that, but
pandemic.
wow,
Okay.
wow, that's
So like they had that other company, Gigo. Like
Mhm.
Gigo had like one whole building to itself, and then they were gone. Like, and it's not like Gigo was something that just came up like like out of nowhere. No, Gigo had been around for quite some time as well, but that location in Akihabara is gone. In fact, I looked at what Akihabara looks like now ever since the borders open. It ain't the same. It just ain't the same.
yeah. But yeah,
I mean, thank God Leisureland thank God that Leisureland and Hey are still there, but
So are
God,
they done making arcade games?
they still make they'll still make games for the arcade, but they're just they just sold off their locations. They're just out of of having their Club Segas. They just want to get out of running their own buildings and all that stuff for the games. They're like, hey, we're gonna still make games for the arcade, and we're just gonna put them in various arcades because Taito pretty much took over the arcade market in Japan,
yeah.
like between Taito and Namco.
Yeah. But going back to the net code though for fighting games, that's actually pretty nice. I mean, that came from that big fighting game
That
kind
big
of conference that
big
they had.
Zoom call that
Big
all
Zoom
the
call.
producers, all the major producers for like various fighting games just got together to have one big conversation. Something that back in the 90s we would have never seen. Something like this would have only taken place between like maybe one or two producers would have gotten together randomly at lunch and they just would have been talking about stuff.
Nigga, can you imagine if they did that back in the 90s? These two white goobers booning over there like, we're so happy to talk to the Street Fighter people.
Bro, back in the day, it was on
These fucking 90s weeaboos all happy.
Back in the 90s, it was on some Vibe magazine, East Coast versus West Coast shit with fighting games. Because I remember Itagaki hated the fuck out of Harada and Tekken for the longest time. Like on some eat a sack of baby dicks. DOA is better than Tekken. And I'm like, God damn. Like
now remember he said that after he made Dead or Alive, because originally when he was looking for a company to work for, he was either going to work for Namco or I think it was either Namco or Tecmo, or it might have been Sega or Tecmo, and he chose Tecmo because Tecmo was like closer to his house. Now,
equivalent of like, hey, fuck you, Spellman. I'm going to Howard.
It's like I'm going to Howard just because it's close to my house. But him coming out of pocket and saying that is, it's ridiculous to me because I'm like, bro, you saying all this because you caught a good wave off of Dead or Alive 2 and 3. 4 was kind of shaky. 5 was like your last good run, and wait, did he even do 5? Because I remember he was gone pretty much.
5 to me, it caught the wave of a lot of the DLC things, like we saw Akira from Virtua Fighter and Sarah and Jackie from Virtua Fighter. I think it was Pi. It was Pi, Akira, Sarah,
Akira,
Jackie,
Mi,
and then you got some of the Ninja Gaiden characters that popped in as characters, like the chick with the big ass fucking axe.
Yeah, freaking Rachel and Momiji.
Yeah, Rachel and Mobaji. So it was actually pretty nice to see that kind of crossover, and it was dope seeing that. And like you said, Mai from KOF popping up in there. Was Terry in it, or was it just Mai?
No, just Mai.
Yeah, so it was nice seeing that, pop up in there, and it was like, all right, cool, that's great. That's no Bruce grandson. It was nice seeing that. but like you said, it's like 5 was like the last hurrah. Because 6, I remember playing it and I was like, it's okay. I had fun with it, but it definitely didn't have that oomph to it.
It didn't.
But like, but it was really DOA 2 and 3 that was his high point. Because you remember 3 was like the showcase for the Microsoft Xbox. Was it
It was
360 or the,
it was no for the original
Xbox,
from the original Xbox from like 20 plus years ago.
Yeah, which was the original, which also gave us the original broken Ninja Gaiden, where you just need to do the flying swallow and that was it. You insta win.
The I win button.
Bruh, like folks do not understand how broken you were. All you had to do, block the boss, flying swallow, health just done. Then Sigma nerfed it, and I was very sad when that happened. Like, damn it.
See,
But
just because the game comes with extras does not mean the game is better.
But playing online for 6 for Street Fighter 6, thinking of rollback, it was actually fun playing online with it. It was fun. Got some wins, took some losses. A lot of characters I did mess around with. I could see how somebody could use the modern control type for somebody like Gal if they don't want to dick around with using charge moves. Totally understand that.
Mhm.
Even though it's still kind of iffy because before I switched over to classic, when I was using modern, I was like, why the fuck am I not kicking? And I was wondering what the hell was going on. I was like, oh, it's the modern control type. Damn it. And because I took like 3 losses off that shit before I switched over.
Now, I heard you say earlier, you said there was like an action button, like a straight up like special move button now.
Do stuff button, basically.
Yeah, basically.
And like, see, look, like I feared that Capcom was going to do that. Not with this game or anything in particular, just because the way the V trigger was to me, the V trigger always came out to be like a way to get out of some shit type of thing. And I was told myself they're going to make an easy button one day, and I'm like, nah, they're not it. Well, all right. But you don't. But again, I don't think that will change up too much of the gameplay, would it?
If you're used to playing with the classic one, you're going to definitely be confused. But
it's a lot like playing. It's a lot like playing King of Fighters 14 and 15 with the simplified button controls.
Okay, cool.
I never messed with the simplified.
It nerfs and hinders your not your mobility, but it hinders the hell out of your gameplay tactics. So like,
oh yeah, 100%.
No, it hinders it limits you actually.
You're extremely limited.
Limits you when you do that shit. So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was definitely confusing also on that end. But like I said, 6 looks like it's gonna be fun. I like the lobby system, even though I'm not a fan of create your character, and I'm like, it's very generic. Still options limited on hairstyles, so it's Afro.
I really blame 2K. I blame
everybody's been taking the 2K route on.
I really blame 2K on this one, man. They saw something that worked, and I mean, I like the idea for a fighting game, but
See, I've been playing 2K23, been loving it. I never really played that shit where you make your character. It's just I just rather just play the game.
It is some of the most, I would say, joyless basketball shit ever. Like, I say that because I love basketball, but you know what I hate? Yeah, now you gotta be a rapper. Now you gotta do a sponsor. Yeah, now all your homies is like the
come on, bro. I'm here to play ball.
It's so I hate it, yo.
It's like, come on, bro. I'm here to play ball, not fucking be a rapper.
You need more Gatorade, whatever. I'm like, nigga, can I play Can I play against the Dallas Mavericks right now, man? That's all I want to do.
No, but you can give us $200 for a million VC.
Like, dog, here's another thing. You know what? I hated that storyline. Bring Michael B. Jordan back. Bring that one back.
Yeah, might as well.
The one with Michael B. Jordan was the whack one. That one, and I think the one next. What was the one after that? I think that was whack too.
I forgot who was.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm probably getting that confused with the Madden one.
Yeah, but Zelina Vega got announced that during the Royal Rumble, she's one of the announcers for Street Fighter 6.
And good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, that's what she's doing.
Because you could have went
in the game. I was like, okay, that's different. I'm cool with that.
Right. Having her be one of the selections for commentary is dope because You could have went very typical, like we would have seen this shit coming.
Pokimane as the announcer. I would have threw the fucking
no.
game in the trash immediately.
No, Chris, I wasn't even going there. I'm talking you could have went like super typical and got Xavier Woods or
I'll be fine with that.
Kenny Omega or something. Y'all,
Kenny would have cheesed it up too.
Yeah, but I'm saying you went with Vega. You gave it to her, and I'm like, you know what? Thank you. Another option I would have, that I would have also accepted, which would have been way too easy of a damn layup. Give it to Asuka. Let her be one of the Japanese commentators.
Nah, she can't. Toei Tecmo was like, no, bitch, we still need you for mocap.
Well, hell, she did. Hold on, she did mocap for the Virtual Fighter as well.
That's what I'm saying. Toei Tecmo.
Sega.
Wait a minute. Virtual Fighter.
Virtual Fighter.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus Christ, thank you. Yeah, I got it wrong. I'm getting it's like this. I'm getting the fighter I don't play a lot mixed up with another fighter I don't play a lot.
Oh man, we're supposed to be getting some Tekken news after this big Tekken World Cup, which I'll probably have on in the background today.
You know what? I know I'm late, but when I saw Baki yesterday, I'm late on that. I just saw that shit yesterday, and I was like,
"Got the Netflix Baki?
What are you gonna do?"
Oh yeah, that Baki and Tekken 8 thing. Okay, I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, I know,
is
right?
That
I'm
real?
like,
Is it
fake? That's fake. It's fake as shit.
Good. Okay,
super fake.
Good.
It's just as fake.
I don't get
Look.
Thank you.
It's just as fake as a lot of us that for like 5 seconds bought into Kazuma being in Tekken 7 because it looks so real, and then
everybody wants Kazuma and Tekken so damn bad.
He would fit in a way. I gotta be honest with you, it could work.
I get it. I mean,
he can work.
It will work. I mean, I could see him and Kazuya like not even practicing. They would just have a freaking scowl off. Like who could scowl the most?
I mean, I don't get it. The big news though that popped up this week,
Scowls and Suntory.
So Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft basically chucked the deuces to E3, and for some reason, there's pockets of people that are like, "Oh my god, I'm so sad for E3." Meanwhile, I'm like,
"Are you really?"
Fuck them. Meanwhile, I'm like, "Fuck them. They deserve to burn."
I'm sorry. The second Nintendo decided, no, we're doing this from a different location. We saw it coming.
The writing was on the wall.
Saw it coming.
Like we said it best. E3 was nice when it was this exclusive thing that you could watch on TV, whether it was on G4 or you happened to have GamePro TV or whatever and stuff if you had good internet connection for that shit. But then just over time, like once internet started getting good and we had message boards and YouTube started coming up, it was like, well, what's the point of E3 unless you wanted to go there to hang out with your friends in LA?
One of the best things that happened that was much like a lot of things. The best thing that happened to E3 was the internet, and the worst thing that happened to it was the internet. So, hey.
And they never adapted.
No, we all know that. We know E3 never adapted, much like G4 never adapted. You're talking about two entities that for a time were needed but are no longer needed because, this very same people that you are catering your gaming announcements and news and all this other stuff, those very same people are doing it better than you.
Yes.
All y'all have
people like us three and other people are just killing it.
All you had to do was just put together small press conferences. You didn't have to take over an entire convention center or an arena. You can do this shit from your freaking corporate office. Just make the announcement, wave to the camera, signal the camera, and drop the trailer. Done.
I remember actually like when we all three was out in San Diego, I was talking to one of the other outlets, and dude was telling me just straight up. He was like, I went to this thing for the last 10 years. This is shit now. And trust me, it's going to be shit 4 years from now because the more accessibility to this place, the more fans and the more Hollywood. And when Hollywood shows up, God bless them. They don't give a fuck about this place.
Yeah, it's kind of like San Diego.
That's what we get. And the same way goes for
San Diego.
No. He
Yes,
was saying
that's what happened with San Diego. But the same thing goes for E3. The second we started getting all that super coverage, and it was actually a rush to see what the newest trailer was and all the rest of that shit, that was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the end, especially when everybody started doing the war, who had the better day, Xbox or whatever. And then I remember Nintendo wasn't there. And then they did Nintendo Direct, and something told me one of them are going to do the same thing years later, and that's it.
It was clearly that line from the Joker in Dark Knight. Nintendo, they're just the beginning.
Yeah.
Because what led to that was Sony coming out and saying, look, E3, we'll still come and do your thing. Hell, remember EA like backed out and they were doing their own thing for like a couple of years?
Yeah, they were doing their own thing.
Now, that was a big look. Now, real talk. When EA did that, I understood it, but at the same time, that was a big dick swing move that they really thought they could accomplish.
But see, it was Sony that came out and said, look, E3, we'll still appear for your stuff, but we got our own thing. We got State of Play and the Sony Experience. They got 2 shows.
Don't be telling us what to do.
And the thing of it is, it's like,
don't tell us what to do.
And the thing of it is, like, once
everybody was just looking at Microsoft like, you next, nigga.
And like D said, like once you open it up to the general public, because it used to just be you had to be press and somebody in the actual gaming industry kind of thing. So it made it kind of like that exclusive. And you might get some content creators that pop up there, because I think Angry Joe used to go there as a content creator kind of type media personality. You get those folks there. So it kind of made it exclusive in a way where you're like, oh shit, I need to hear what Angry Joe got to say about this.
You know what? Also, and call D stupid, call D crazy. All right. It could also do something about how all of these games that get shown at E3 and all that, they're released in their utter shit or not finished at all. It could be because we get niggas like Todd that get his ass up on fucking stage every day. Hey guys, it's the same engine that Bethesda always give you, but it's going to be better. Trust me. It could be that shit. It could be that shit. Or it could be how Activision had this fucking brilliant idea to overdo everything with Call of Duty. And they bring out the same it's the same shit.
You guys know that. Like you guys know
that's what I'm saying.
You guys know one of the other things that it could that it could be of why all 3 are pretty much done of going to E3.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive. It's expensive as
fly to
hell.
LA, fly to
not
LA,
just fly, not even just flying. No, not even just flying. The space.
Yeah.
For Sony to get this huge part of the convention center, that's expensive.
A space alone is $10,000.
I'm sorry, what?
$10,000 just to have a small amount of space.
Just for a small amount.
That's just be on the main floor. On the stage, it's even more.
Yeah, it's even more. Like it's a whole lot more. It's a whole lot more money that these that all 3 of these companies would be getting charged, which is why Nintendo backed out. Sony backed out and said, "Screw it, we're gonna do it ourselves, smaller scale, but we'll just be dropping trailers." Finally Microsoft does it, and now I'm sitting here looking at E3 like, so what are y'all gonna do?
Third party and indie?
Because no, see, this is the other problem. You try to do third party indie, you really gonna be coming at these guys with top dollar requests?
Exactly.
Well, now you just turn. Well, at that point, you turn into PAX, and I'm like, well, no point at E3. I can just go to PAX if I want indie and third party. So
exactly. There's so many, and that's the other thing. There's so many other conventions that they can attend, because they don't have to go to these big video game events anymore. I mean, yeah, sure, you can go to PAX. Hell, you can go to PAX, you can go to MagFest, you can go to I guess VidCon, or you can go
the way you just said that. I guess VidCon.
The way you said that shit. And here's the funny thing. I don't want to hear the bullshit about where the indie games are going to suffer over this shit. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. Real talk. Thank God for the internet. They're fine. As long as they can get that buzz, because E3 they're just gonna get buried underneath everybody else, and they didn't pay $10 for a booth.
Or you get somebody snarky that will sit there and be like, indie games, I'm only here for Halo.
Actually, the other thing that
this isn't an SJW side shooter, isn't it? Here's me. No, it's not. But the character is like a lesbian. But thank you. But no.
one of the things that the indie side could do is they could put together their own thing, or they can get together with the other indie groups and do their
trailer.
Make their not just make their own trailer, but just make their own convention for indie developers.
And I'm pretty sure they got like one or two, like in New York. Like I'm pretty sure they got something for that.
Right? Hold on, this right here, State of Play and Nintendo Direct even highlights indie games.
So that cuts out E3. They fucked even more.
What's the point of even E3 even?
So at this point, Tokyo Game Show is really the only one that's still sticking around. Isn't that one exclusive too?
I can talk about.
And you know what? I was going to say water.
Because since I have gone to Tokyo Game Show, I've witnessed the change at TGS. My very first year at TGS was 2012. It was already different then, but when I went, I had the time of my life. I saw everybody. I saw Nintendo, saw Sony, saw Microsoft. Cool. By 2015, this was the big change. When the Xbox One dropped and it was a massive flop in Japan, I saw Microsoft's last year in Japan for Tokyo Game Show, because 2018 when I went, it was the Sony show. It was Sony and Indie. No, I'm sorry, Sony, Konami, Indie. What's that?
Nintendo.
No, Nintendo wasn't there.
I thought Nintendo comes to Tokyo Game Show.
They got their own thing. They don't really bother coming to TGS. But no, it was Sony, Konami, Indie, Capcom, and more Indie. I mean,
because Microsoft, and honestly, Microsoft has never been good in Japan in the first fucking place. So
right, they never have been. They never knew how to market for Japan. But they've had like some of the like that convention alone has primarily an indie turnout. Like it's huge for indie. So if you happen to be in Japan and you want like a big venue to highlight your stuff, go to Tokyo Game Show.
But that would make the most sense be at Tokyo Game Show, to be honest with you. That would be the one that you can actually do the most traction at anyway.
No, seriously, because 2 days of Tokyo Game Show is only for press and industry folks.
Yeah, which is how it technically really should be.
Yeah, the last 2 days, that's for the public. But like the first 2 days is all, again, it's all press and industry folks. Also, you want to, and it's not even just the people that are just, in Japan, they bring in indie developers from China, South Korea, Taiwan. I mean, all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting this year, because it was just like when they pulled out, I was like, holy shit. Like, well.
And again, I still don't understand why people are really crying like this is the end of like a certain era of gaming that meant so much. I'm like, if anything, it was one of the most full of shit eras that we are getting it that it stands for. Yeah, I don't understand that shit, bro.
I'm just laughing. Like, people were really dropping tears. I'm like, for what? That shit was fucking dead for years. Like, the fuck are we talking about here? Like,
I'm like, y'all really, like, you really think that anybody even cared about going to E3 at all this year?
10 years ago was the 10 years ago was 10 years ago was the 10 years ago when Nintendo did Direct, that was the writing on the wall then, and motherfuckers didn't want to believe it. And I'm like,
hey, Chris, real talk, this is no knock on the game, because the game came out fantastic, but when they gave us that bullshit date for not Final Fantasy, for Kingdom Hearts, something told me that the not E3 itself, but how much you can trust the crap that you see up there, that's when it broke for me. Because it wasn't just Kingdom Hearts. It was like 4 other games that same year that was supposed to come out, and they went delayed. I think Mighty Number 9 was featured that year too, man. But whatever. It was still, I knew it right then. Like, I can't believe none of y'all. And then I had to hear Eris get mad until they did an update of Battlefield. And he was over there like, this is some bullshit.
Now
Gonna
Repop.
put all that music, hype me up with all that music in the trailer.
Yeah.
This joke is some crap. 2 weeks later, hey D, I've been playing this for 48 hours straight, nigga.
Now here's the thing. Repop took over event planning for E3, and there's a couple of things they said. For years, we've listened and heard and studied the global gaming community's feedback. E3 2023 will be recognizably epic, a return to form that honors what we've always worked, while reshaping what didn't and setting a new benchmark for video game expos in 2023 and beyond. And then their next statement after that was, as we spent much of 2023 refining how E3 2023 would take shape, reflecting on feedback we solicited, we did not send a single contract to an exhibitor until the start of this month. We have received a tremendous amount of interest and verbal commitments from many of the biggest companies in the industry. And when we are ready to announce the exhibitors, we are confident it will be a lineup that will make the trip to Los Angeles well worth it for the industry and consumers alike. Okay.
That sounds like a publisher's going to fuck you.
Nah,
Ooh, that sounds
you want to talk about? Hold on.
That
Verbal
sounds
commitment?
like-
You don't have it on
Wait,
paper signature?
Hey, yo, Chris, that sounds like Blizzard
wait.
and Activision are
News-
going to mess them up. It
Hold
just
on, this
sounds
was
like,
a new-
oh, we're gonna do what?
This was a news article, right, Chris?
Mhm.
News articles that is going to age like spoiled milk in the summertime.
Man.
I'm
You
talking
mean to
open
tell
carton
me-
sitting outside on the freaking front porch
Verbal commitments. That's all
in
you got.
98-degree weather day.
This
just-
is going to be lovely. Y'all, look, either this is going this can only be special if you're an indie indie developer, because I got a feeling if you go to that thing, it's like everybody else with the shit. Us indie people, we were having a time of our lives laughing at them. like I feel like they're the only people that's going to have fun at E3.
I don't imagine anybody really having fun at E3 because you know the other thing besides the space being expensive,
Mhm.
coming up with game demos. All the games that get announced, when they announce it, the fact that they got to have some kind of demo there, that's also expensive because that takes time out of their it takes time out of the game developer's schedule to make just a demo version of something that they're already been working on for like the last couple of years or so.
Hey, Kurt
You know.
Harris, R.I.P. to that motherfucker that gotta organize that whole demo together, and R.I.P. to the motherfucker that works in media that gotta put together a full of shit trailer for it. R.I.P. to your time. I'm sorry, you're getting divorced. I'm so sorry you're going to get a divorce. This is not your fault. You are a good person. Blame Activision. It is not your problem. You did not do it. You did everything you could as a wife, as a husband. You did everything. The video game company ruined your because dog, I feel bad for anybody, especially because I heard stories recently about how they were ready to show God of War Ragnarok, but for some reason they was like, "Oh shit, nobody did the trailer." And they had to do that joke another whole week or something like that. And I was like, that person didn't go to sleep.
Yeah. This is definitely, like I said, we'll see what happens. Activision, they're paying out a $35 million settlement. This is regarding the all the news articles that came up about those workplace violations and shit.
Yes,
whistleblowers and stuff. So
Mhm.
basically, they settled $35 million, which paved the way for why Microsoft was trying to buy them. And as you know, there's an antitrust suit that's going down where they're trying to block Microsoft from buying Activision Blizzard. I hope that goes through because that's there's only I don't trust.
You really trying to get you really want Microsoft to get hit with that sanction of becoming a monopoly, right?
Yeah, because I don't trust because to me they say that everything's gonna stay the same, and I'm like, that's horseshit. Full and well you're not. There's no way you're gonna tell me in my face that you're gonna keep Activision Blizzard the same under Microsoft. Fuck out of here.
Hell no.
Y'all just laid off a bunch of people. Y'all gonna fucking lay off a good chunk of them workers as soon as you absorb them into the company, and then we're back to square
By
one.
the way, Thanks to Jim Sterling on that one. I actually saw that the other day. This motherfucker said, "Do you know that Microsoft laid off all those workers for one good reason? They were making money, not
Yeah,
as fast as they usually do."
we said that at the
That's
start.
it.
We said that me and Sue said that at the start that it's greed in this country because it's this idea of, well, we made $1 million and they're not content with just making a steady $1 million every year. It has to be double the next year and it has to be triple. And it's like, that's not feasible. That's not how this works.
This is why Microsoft.
This is an evil world we living in.
Microsoft it's bad enough that Microsoft has frozen up the tech world for about 25 years off that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's already bad enough they done did that, but now they're trying to do it to the video game world.
It's like you can't.
Christ, Christ, nigga. Like, why?
It's like making $1 billion and being like, but we can make more.
It's already
You
bad
got
enough.
$1 billion. Well, how much more do you need?
Because we're gonna make more, and we're gonna do it with, again, half the budget of the previous project.
I feel bad for that bright-eyed kid that just came out of college who's 27 years old. He's programming, y'all. Anyway, I feel bad for that kid that said, "Hey, I'm going to make my own operating system." And then like a day later, Microsoft with like 85 niggas with guns like, "Yeah, so you ain't about to do nothing, right?" It's already bad enough that happens every year in this country, yo.
Tyrone
I'm
for
so sick of Microsoft.
Tyrone for Billy Club says, "Do you want to keep your hands or do you want the money?"
Hey, how you
Can't have both.
I heard you want to make an operating system. You're going to need to use my operating system to make it, motherfucker. You're like this. I can get around it. I know you can. That's why. Oh, look at your garage. It's on fire. And just like he runs out to his garage being on fire, all the goons just start beating the shit. Bill Gates, with some random little Asian girl beside him. Don't ask why. See you later. And just leave.
It's like, son, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
The hard
easy way. Somebody grabs his computer and hit him with it. Just take the tower and smash it over his head. The easy way.
Yeah, it's just crazy. That's why I'm like, I hope that, because somebody tried to correlate it to, well, Sony got exclusives. You mean to tell me Microsoft can have exclusives? I'm like, but guys,
Sony's exclusive.
We're not talking about
like,
a company that made like Uncharted and Horizon, like the same company, right? We're talking about Activision Blizzard.
Sony's exclusives are all in-house.
Like, we're talking about
and
Activision Blizzard
with their developer. You know what I mean? And they work directly with the developers, So I don't understand this shit.
Activision Blizzard that makes Call of Duty and all these multi-platform games, and you're saying it's okay for Microsoft to have it and possibly, as much as everybody says, oh, Microsoft's going to let them do multi-platform, that's horseshit, because all it takes is them firing a bunch of folks and saying, yeah, so Call of Duty, just PC and Microsoft exclusive only. And I'm like, wow.
But think about it. Think
about Microsoft Game Pass.
Dog, think about it. Think about that shit.
Bruh, the next Call of Duty being on Game Pass Ultimate.
Are they making money off Game Pass?
Yeah. Sure. You know how many people actually bought a Game Pass subscription and the amount of games that you have access to, like an already massive library of games.
But I'm saying with respect to the developers, because think about it, like you're buying a Game Pass, which you're getting the game for free.
Well, you got to remember, the developer has to get paid in order for the game to go into.
So they get paid up. So they get
paid up front.
They get a licensing fee anyway for that.
They pay that licensing fee, which is why games that be on Game Pass, they're usually on for a finite amount of time before, hey, game that's leaving Game Pass. And
that's why you see like cheaper games like
they give you that. They give you the option to buy the game since you already have Game Pass or Xbox Live Gold or whatever. If you have either of them, you can actually buy the game for a much cheaper price than paying full retail.
Yeah. Oh, did y'all see that article about the rise of AI controlled VTubers on Twitch?
Yeah,
they are making money, and I'm like, oof.
That's been a thing. That's been the thing for like the longest time.
I just never paid attention to it until I saw the article because as much as I go down the rabbit hole of Twitch, sometimes I never come past those streams.
Chris, that's why.
So wait.
That's why. No, listen, that's why I'm here. See, I'm the guy who goes in and hangs out with the lowlives of the internet on Twitch, Reddit, wherever. I gotta get that. I do because I got to get that inside scoop.
Well,
I'm the plucky reporter for 3VG.
He's trying to get his Pulitzer, okay?
Ain't even getting fucking paid, and he's hanging with low lies. Like this motherfucker think he on 2020 and shit. Like I'm breaking news. Air's Warden in 2020.
I'm just saying. I've seen the rise.
Hey, dude, you play on Xbox?
Yeah.
Shut up. Everybody over there is already an incel.
Everybody is trash. All right, everybody's
trash online. Can we get that out the way? Because I hate because as much as I make fun of Xbox people, hey, have fun. Play on your fucking thing. If you want to start a war over this shit, start saying memes and stuff that you've seen. By the way, Xbox people making jokes about Sony people is some of the most one lane shit ever. It's not even funny.
It's like you know why it's lame is because Microsoft folks are look at I stopped the console war shit because my thing is this. Microsoft folks are coming to terms with the fact of you don't have any good first party games. You don't.
But that was always like the argument when it comes to console wars in general, which is why
I will be real.
Which is why console wars
underneath my skin so much.
Hang on. Which is why console wars got so stupid to begin with, because one company, as soon as one company actually has enough games that they can drop for for the next year or two, these guys won. Like these guys won E3 or they won insert convention event that they went to. But the moment this company announces a console, but they haven't announced any games, or I'm sorry, they announce games, but we don't see any trailers or nothing like that, or no release dates. Oh, this company ain't got no games, and they're stuck with that for the entire life cycle of that console that was released.
And I think if it is like Sony realized like, we have to start investing in first party games and stuff, regardless of whether people like it or not. I mean, they made 2 Nat games, which was 2 first party games that, it sold decently from what I heard, but it wasn't blowing the roofs off compared to like Uncharted and, Horizon and stuff. But they were still like, we're going to keep going with this because there's only so many third-party people games and stuff that we can go through before we have to really start investing in our own and stuff. And it's just with Microsoft, it was like, all right, you have Halo. What else you got?
You know what? That's the one thing that's the thing. Sony fans will always say that. Xbox fans will always say nobody plays your games online. It's the same 5 things. It ain't the one I love was when the Xbox 360 came out. Real talk, 360 was big dick swinging for like a year and a half because it had no competition compared to the PlayStation at the time.
PS3, PS3 had no games.
And they love throwing that out. It ain't got no games. Like PlayStation 3 just came out. Y'all niggas ain't got no games. It was so
the one that everybody slept on though is when Uncharted 1 came out. People was like, really, Uncharted 1? And then it's like when you play Uncharted 1, it's like that was actually a good game. I played that game multiple fucking times. Me and Aris, when that game came out, I remember me and him were talking on AIM at the time.
Shout outs to AIM.
We were talking on AIM. I was like, yo, this Uncharted game is fucking dope as shit.
I saw you play when I came I came to visit you at your house, and I was like, what game is this? You was like, Uncharted. I'm like, this actually looks pretty good. Like I might want to play this. And I went and got the game, and of course, Uncharted got turned up to 11 when Uncharted 2 came out.
Yeah, it's those things and stuff, and it's just now it's like Microsoft getting Activision Blizzard, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, yo, can I just get Can I get Call of Duty 3? Because I did enjoy this last Modern Warfare game that came out, and it was actually pretty dope. I love it. Can I get the 3rd one? Makarov, he's back. Yay! Can I get the kill Makarov again? That'd be dope. Can we do that?
So what else we got on the list, bro?
So the recent controversy that popped up, Forsaken. The new game that came out, and
POC the game.
See, I don't want to do that to the game. I don't want to do that to the game because here's the thing.
No, I gotta get my joke off. I'm sorry, I gotta get my joke off. This game is gonna get these jokes.
A lot of us.
You know what? First off, Chris, shout out to all the white people who are defending black people. It's like
me and Prime were literally just all of us in that little. It was me, Prime, Landrill, and Terror. We were in the group chat. And we were like, can white people just shut the fuck up? Like, stop speaking for us. Stop speaking for us.
Like, y'all gotta learn. Y'all seriously gotta learn when to come in and say, like, when to come in and try to defend something. Because when Black Panther was a thing, y'all was bucking back hard against it. We get a video. Hold on, we get a mediocre ass game that was really nothing more than the Unreal Engine 5 demo shown at GDC. But instead, we got a black girl thrown in, so we got black girl magic now. This comes out. I swear to God, this comes out, and y'all defend this.
Now, here's the thing. I would defend.
Help me.
I would defend.
Sorry. I'm with Harris on this. I'm totally with Harris on this. Only in the sense of this. Only because the game is average.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
it's painfully so average.
I'm defending the game because go ahead.
Chris, that's my problem. The game is painfully average. If this was it,
excruciating.
Why are you defending this game?
You know what it is? My thing is this. I'm defending it because
Chris, where was these niggas at for Blood to Sand with 50 Cent needed them?
Well,
where were y'all at? Hold on, where were y'all at?
No. Blood and Sand was the second one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
No, but I'm sticking by this. Where were y'all at for a fight for New York?
Oh, first off, whoa, time out. You should have said Def Jam, the third one. Where were they?
No, we will never.
Icon.
We will never. No,
everybody came out for that second one. It's just EA came in and said, "Fuck you." We hate you.
Stop. Quick. Tommy Lee, Will Smith, where the neuralizer at? I need to flash that shit. I don't ever want to remember Icon. Yeah, I know. Right?
But the point is, like, I defended Forsaken because of this. I hate how online people over exaggerate stuff on the negative and positive way more than is necessary. Like, when you look at Forsaken and look at the dialogue, you could automatically tell off rip they didn't have nobody black in the writer's room.
Nobody.
Immediately, you could tell. You could tell there was nobody black at all in that writer's room.
Not even Tyrone from marketing was nowhere near that room, bro.
So you got Sherry downstairs. She the security guard. Yeah, she a lesbian. Yeah, she 45. But you could have asked her a question. She would have been glad to say, "Nah, niggas don't do that." She would have gladly told you that.
No.
And unlike Life is Strange 2, this game comes out with not an agenda being pushed.
Yeah. Forsaken basically just was like, oh yeah, we have a black protagonist, and that was it. But they didn't highlight it as the thing. It was just like, all right, cool.
And that's why I always tell that to people. I tell that to y'all too all the time. Just ignore people, because sometimes, especially when it comes to some of these people complain that it is POC the game, like you said, Harris. When they say that, I'm just saying straight up, say you hate black people. Say you hate black
because the game was not even
racist.
Because the game wasn't even
racist.
Because the game, like
Sue said, racist.
Because like Sue said, the game wasn't pushing any agenda. It wasn't trying to. It was just like
it was still badly executed, but it wasn't pushing anything.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh hey, because none of us as black folks are like, you got to play this game because black woman. It's like, no, if you choose to play it, cool.
You know, and that's the problem I have.
If you don't play this game, you're not black. That sort of shit.
That's the reason why I put that joke in. That joke I put in there last night. I voted for Stacey Abrams. It's on that same level of okay. That's
nigga,
nice.
You want a cookie? Shit.
That's nice. Look, we made a black woman the main star. Cool.
You got a black actress to mocap it. Cool. Sure.
Cool.
Fine.
Nice.
And y'all did her dirty.
You did her dirty.
The actress who did the mocap, gorgeous. The fuck did y'all do, Unreal Engine?
And then people were like, the dialogue is
I don't
crazy.
blame that on Unreal. Don't blame that on Unreal.
No, I am. I am blaming the programmer who put that together. Looked at it 3 times and said,
okay.
"Hey, you know what? We're good."
No. They
Can we make her locks look a lot more straighter? So way we can make that look like silkier, not so clunky.
Yeah, the only thing they did was they looked at the thing and said, "Okay, USA," and then they greenlit the fucking game. That's exactly what it is. And then, like, when you look at,
you know what they say there? They look down at the thing. Now that's a black. Okay.
that's black. And like, I've seen people play through the game. Shout out to our girl Tiffany. She was playing the game, and I'm like, looks average. All right,
bro.
It reminds me of.
It was so painfully mid. How do you have a cutscene for a cutscene for a cutscene?
Now, what I would go
this
to a
game was ambient, bro.
I'll tell you what, I go to a Redbox and rent that shit. If Redbox happy,
yeah,
they do.
No. They took the Redbox out of the Giant right my way, and I was like,
because you're in the hood.
Times are changing.
You're in the hood. In the hood, D.
Huh?
You're in the hood, D.
I'm not in the hood. I'm right beside Andrews Air Force Base. How the hell?
No, man, shit. They got the fucking trap hotels across from fucking damn Andrews.
Hey, look.
You know damn well they do.
Chris. Even when Camp Springs was a quiet town,
them hotels always been there.
It's true.
They was there for a reason.
They were quiet trapping.
Quiet trapping.
Look, they were quiet back then. Why the fuck we say that? And then we see footage what happened in '94. We go like, yee!
Find out fucking Pastor
The crack era was still going on. Yeah, the crack era was still going on.
Find out Pastor Cherry was getting neck from a fucking prostitute and shit.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The fullest
Don't do
of
that.
neck.
Don't do that.
Hate to put names out there. My bad.
Don't do that. Because there have been plenty of passes that been in that trap motels.
100% esophagus.
Man. No, but it's just with the Forsaken thing. It's just I wish people would just, like you said, just say the game is mid and leave it alone. And you don't have to over exaggerate and say, look at the cringe. And I'm like, guys, like I've heard cringe in other fucking shitty movies. This is like the bare minimum of cringe, where it's like, this is stupid, whatever, and that's it.
Hey, listen, when you brought in the 4th writer of the 8th bad MCU movie to write this. It's kind of expected.
Here's my thing also. Shout out to all the guys that are making videos, multiple videos about this, how much it pisses them off, how much the game, like you see, is cringe and all the rest of that. And shout out to a certain section of them that really don't have those real feelings for the game. You're just doing it just so you can get hits. Hope your soul is good. That's all I got.
Thank you. It really is.
Because it's really worth dragging a mid game. It's really worth doing that.
It's
really,
nigga. But it's no different than like the way people do movies nowadays. Where
look, imagine you being the one nigga that's dragging Cool Borders too. It's like, dog, leave it alone.
Like, look, good example.
Leave it alone. No,
good example.
Like, you don't like it. That's fine.
No. Good example. Wakanda Forever just came out, right? It just hit on Disney Plus, whatever, right? Somebody put up a 360p of the Okoye versus Old Boy on the Bridge fight, right? Now, when you're looking at it, when you're looking on it on your phone, it's like, it's a very grainy footage. My man sat there with his whole chest on Twitter. This looks ugly. And I'm like, of course, nigga, it's 360p. What the fuck you think it was going to look like?
Okay,
Did you go to the theater?
Thank you.
There's a Top Gun, or the Top Gun episode, right? Chris accidentally put up pictures of the thumbnail and not the actual big picture, right?
Yeah.
And we was going on Chris because Aaron said, "What you got this thing in 420? What the hell? Like it's 380? Like, what the hell?"
That's what it was.
Like 144p.
That's what it was. I was like, my man, you put up a 360p of a fight that I just watched the other night, and it looked dope as shit on my fucking TV. What the hell did you think it's gonna look like?
Bro had to go. He had to go straight for the potato cam version.
Hey,
you really did.
And tell me if it had the goddamn gall to have digital bleeding in half that shit.
It wasn't digital bleeding, but I was just sitting there like, I literally was on some fucking car from Aquatine, like, what is this? Like, because because it's like you could critique this shit in a way. If it was 1080p and you critiqued it like, hey, it could have been cleaned up here. All right, I'll agree with you. Fine, but you put a 360p vision of it. I'm like,
I told you straight up with my chest the two scenes that didn't look good and didn't flow good. How are y'all talking about everything else? I'm like, yo, I didn't like Wakanda Forever, and y'all bitching about stuff that didn't even.
It's the same thing with Forsaken, where I'm like,
my name will look like that.
Because here's the thing about Forsaken.
Why are you making me defend this movie?
Because this is the thing with Forsaken. It's like, fuck the dialogue for a second. The gameplay, fucking phenomenal.
Dialogue. You're right.
The gameplay is
actually looks pretty good.
It's fucking good as hell. And I'm like, damn. I might wait for it to go down in price, and I'll probably get it. Like
the graphics actually don't look bad either. I actually like the graphics in the game. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, bruh.
This looks like a game.
Thank you. World Star fights. It was literally like watching a World Star fight. I'm watching Okoye fight Atuma in 360p. What the hell is this?
A World Star fighting portrait mode, bruh.
Portrait.
Like, what are we doing here?
Look, stop, real quick. We were just some ashy ghetto people. Filming in portrait mode at all times. What the hell was wrong with it? Hey. 2010 to 2015 had no training.
Oh my god. Resident Evil 4 remake is coming along very good. There have been a lot of gameplay footage coming out, and I am very excited about this game. I ain't gonna lie.
So hold on, I wanted to drop some stuff here. Give me a second, since we're jumping into that. Allow me to add something here.
Yeah, this shit 360 with motion smoothing and increased contrast.
Motion smoothing. Ugh. That is straight up
MPEG that has to buffer half the time to deal with like.
That is straight up yuck.
Hey, try watching James Chen's combo videos on Real Player. That was the ghetto. But I
was gonna say, try watching. Hey D, look at this real quick. You remember the famous DDR jump where dude was switching? Try watching that on QuickTime. Try watching that on QuickTime.
Oh shit, damn. Well, it's background. You should make it the overlay.
Yeah, give me a sec. I got you.
Oh, I was like, what's
this for RE4, right?
Yeah. Shit. What is that? I bet it's dope. But it's like a poem or some shit.
Man.
All right. Let's check this out. So here's a couple of things that was taken off of Game Informer. Originally, Capcom didn't even want to do the remake.
They got peer pressure into that shit.
Oh, yeah. And that sounded like investors came in with shotguns.
It didn't.
Before
we were done talking last night about it, I read something. I was like, get the fuck.
Actually, before you continue, Aris, I guarantee you it's like that meme where Capcom was like, all right, guys, what we should make? Oh shit, damn.
Sorry.
It's like, all right, guys, we should make this game. We should make that game. And somebody's like, maybe we should remake Resident Evil 4 for the 5th time, and he get thrown out the window and shit. That's basically what happened, and then but they just got peer pressure. But continue. Sorry.
But let me run down this real quick. Didn't want to start from scratch, but rather dial things to 11, and rightfully so. Glad they did that.
Yeah.
Replayability and flexibility on how you play were key pillars in development.
Makes sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
This was the big one. No quick time.
Thank you.
Quit. I'm out of here, man. Fuck this, man. No, I'm done.
No, I'm fine with it. Because let's run down the.
I'm not staying for this, Chris. I'm not staying for this. No.
Let's run down the QT. let's run down the QTEs and Resident Evil. Both running away from the rock segments. You had the when
why you put me back on? I was about to enter. I'm like, forget about the alligator.
You got the old boy with the axe when he breaks the chain with you and Louise. Chief Mendez. When you throw the knife at old boy's
knife fight between you
and Krauser.
Running away from the boulders.
Already count that.
Oh yeah.
The right hand man of Salazar.
It was one more thing after Krauser.
No, when you throw the knife at Salazar's right hand man and he throws the knife back at you.
Yes, at Vertigo.
Vertigo. Trying to think.
The mine cart where
The
you
mine cart.
where you get yeeted off and you you hold on to that
I'm gonna go with at least
one broken rail.
I'm gonna go with at least 10 segments
I
in
saw
RE4
Eris. I saw
that had
Eris fail at that
QTEs.
a whole lot, and he refused to give me the controller to try it. It was so hilarious.
Um,
Eris has done that to me quite a few times, but that one was special. I like this nigga just going to sit here for a full 30 minutes until he can get that motherfucker.
so
You did that thing at least like 10
Oh,
times. Eris.
the
You
giant
was so
the giant Salazar statue you run away from.
Yes, that one too.
So
Yeah.
so there's at least 10 to 12 QTEs total in that game.
Yeah. So here's the next bit. You can now carry multiple knives.
Ooh.
The game can also be beaten on knives only mode, which is dope.
You could do that in RE4. I remember you could do that.
Laser sight is an upgrade now.
Okay, that's interesting.
And yellow herbs are in the game. I could have sworn yellow herbs were.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
And already in the game.
That's what I thought too when I saw
they
this.
did. Yeah.
Ground executions can prevent plaga from forming.
That was kind of equivalent to doing the Suplex City on the fucking.
Yeah, but do you know how much shit you had to go through just to get Suplex City?
There was a mathematical equation that was involved that I didn't fucking want to even dive into on that.
Like, you know the amount of RNG that was thrown in with that? No, I'm good. I'm glad running up and just doing ground executions will prevent them from forming.
Okay.
But considering that there's going to be like an entire army being thrown at you, yeah, don't think that that's going to be your saving grace. Okay. Anyway, R3 is used to command Ashley. She can follow closely or fall back, but will not remain in one piece. There are also no dumpsters for Ashley to hide in this time.
Only like 2 parts. There was only like 2 parts that.
I'm about to say it wasn't really that many parts for that though.
Yeah, it was the village section.
No.
It was the village section and the farming section.
No, there was others. You can actually give her a place to hide when you were with her for that minute second at the lab, as well as the island.
Yeah, I don't even count that because that was like not those hiding places made no fucking sense because at that point it's like, what's the point? You were already uber powerful any fucking way. So yeah, you're right. But yeah,
but still, sometimes dumb shit happens and Ashley would get hit. And unless you got her in the freaking Full Metal Alchemist armor, she's gonna, she takes damage like a damn chump. So,
all right. So
anyway, so next thing we got is Ashley does not have a health bar. But if she's damaged too much, she will need to be revived. She'll die if she's attacked again in this state.
So it's an eternal health bar in a way.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
In other words, don't let her get attacked too much.
Yeah.
A new weapon, the bolt thrower, has been added, aka the crossbow.
Okay.
A new enemy that wields a hammer, which I will reveal in a couple of minutes. New enemies were also teased by Capcom. That's going to be interesting. Okay. We got side quests in the game. Can be numerous things to do, such as fetch quests, puzzles, and a whole lot more.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
Attaché cases can now have perks such as increasing ammo drops.
Okay.
You can recover naturally instead of looking around for first aid sprays, stuff like that. You can barricade during house action, stuff like Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
The game blends horror and action very, very well,
like RE4 did. So
yes.
All right.
So that said, let's go ahead and let's pull up this video. This was 12 minutes.
That's insane. Like, this is the whole church section here. I find it interesting. Ada is a bit different now.
Yeah, they tweaked her a bit.
I'm just laughing that they used the same Ada voice from the fucking that horrible ass Welcome to Raccoon City. That is
like they couldn't get her from Remake or something.
Yeah.
I like how Ashley ran in there with no flashlight though.
There's actually parts of this game where Leon will be in complete darkness and won't turn on his damn flashlight.
Oh, that's Ashley's new look. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a new look.
She looks like
She's actually clothed and not in a schoolgirl outfit. Hooray!
Yeah, but they made her look
Well,
like. Oh, never mind.
It's the hair that makes her look a little older.
She kind of reminds me of one of the women that were in a Silent Hill game. I'm not even playing with you on that.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
thinking
The
of
chick from 3?
The chick from
Yes.
3.
I think it was first.
So,
yeah.
this is also interesting. Now the
That's
conversation
better. I like
between
that.
you and Hunnigan is now in game.
I
To
like that.
shoot
That's
why she's talking to you. Damn, your shit's loading.
No, we're good.
Make your way there, and don't let anything happen to Baby Eagle.
Copy that.
Hurry.
Baby Eagle.
Roost out.
Now, as I was watching this, I noticed a couple of things. The rain. The rain is a bit much.
The rain effects is actually pretty nice because it gives.
It's nice, but it's gonna be hard as shit to aim and stuff. Because there's parts where the rain gets like stupid thick, and you're gonna have like armies of Ganado coming after you. You'll see. So yeah, as you're seeing here, you can like go around and like grab stuff like such as notebooks and like other random notes. And there's something else in here that's familiar to all three of us that they brought back.
Catch a cold.
So D, by the way, this right here is new. This is a new thing that's been added to the game.
Sneak kill?
Yes.
Okay, so if this is a thing, this means I can fucking do some Metal Gear Solid shit throughout the game.
Yes.
You can try.
What is
Now look at the church. They're all coming in.
Yeah, because in the original, because you remember in the original game, it was a cutscene.
Yeah, and there's the ground executions.
Yo, they just throw over right in the shoulder like nothing. Bro.
Damn,
You,
you,
roll,
stabbed the
you
motherfucker?
pull up on Ganado that try to capture Ash.
Oh,
Sheesh.
shit.
Yeah, the Ganado in this game are actually a lot smarter than they are in the original game. Nice. The roundhouse kick actually took his head off. And yes, the flashbang still killed the Plaga. Take a shot at the grave. This is going to be that's going to be an important thing later. And yeah, you could still take out bird nests, which have chicken eggs in them.
Okay. That's gonna be interesting on some of them boss fights, though. I can't wait for this game to like continue. You know, because this is the dynamics of the El Gigante.
And there's our boy.
Took care of a request. Well done. Look at you, mate.
You know, of course, it looks better, but it really looks like not. I will put it this way: 4, looking at it on the original PS2, it still looks great, but it looks flat. It doesn't look like the world is big. You know what I mean? It feels like it's very, very limited. The way it looks now, it looks
linear.
It really looks like you're in some town and you don't know where the fuck you're at.
Well, I mean, they took the idea from RE Village in a way to make the village actually. Because you think in the original RE, it did, like you said, feel constrained because like every section that you were at, like the one part that you really felt it was disconnected from was the fucking island.
Yeah, and that's what everybody says. Everybody says the island
is,
feels like the most disconnected part.
And the thing of it is, in this game, apparently the island is technically just like in the original game, they say the island is connected to that village, but you couldn't tell because it's like, all right, you're on a boat, but that island could have been somewhere else. But in this game, apparently the island is a part of that, and you can apparently backtrack to certain. I'm like,
and the fact that you said there's side missions and puzzles and all the rest of that shit just tells me that they're going to make the world way bigger than it was before.
Oh, this game is going to be huge.
It's going to be huge because it felt like there was a real track to get to like the first village you was at until all the way to get to that lake. It felt like it took you time, but this feels like I'm going to go through several goddamn villages before I get to the fucking lake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, the other thing, D, and something else you guys should pay attention to is you're gonna be spending a lot of time having to babysit Ashley. Like you can't just say
because that's what I came here for, Eris. That's what
because
I
you
came
can't because you can't just be like hey Ashley, hide in there real quick and then just and then go to town murdering everybody.
I mean,
I
unless
just
you
still
have
think
your
it's hilarious.
back on the wall against the wall and just do that shit. That's the only way that'll work.
I just thought it was hilarious how Leon just shot a 50-year-old woman in the face with a shotgun right there.
Well, she's possessed. It's kind of like RE5. Yes, I'm killing black people, but they're
I
possessed.
like how you said it like that, Chris. Well, look, she's possessed. Okay, she has no life.
I mean,
CD, this is how I know you couldn't survive the zombie apocalypse because you'd be like Nino Brown killing CG money with the tears down your eyes. I don't want to kill you.
Hesitate.
Real
Hesitate.
talk. Nah, real talk. I'm shooting both of y'all the second y'all cough the wrong way.
It's like, D, I just got asthma. It doesn't matter. Bam. I'm like,
remember when Shane was always like sweating in Walking Dead? Yeah, I would have shot Shane then. Why? He's affected. With Shane had that big ass ring in his shirt.
Shane, what's that ring coming from? The sweating, man.
The sweating out here, Rick.
I would have shot him just for overacting.
Oh man,
there ain't no rules out here.
There ain't no rules out here, buddy.
What you talking about, Shane? There ain't no rules out here.
So again, I'm hoping that there's like I guess like a rain effect slider, like a rain slider. Because
shit,
the dogs.
Ah, puppy.
Fuck the dogs. Fuck you. Why use a pistol, dog? Shotgun, nigga. Fuck.
Grenade. Shit, fuck that shit.
I never used the TMP in RE4 ever. What was and the thing of it is, I've only seen speedrunners use it.
Yeah, it's got certain properties, such as DPS or like when you use the TMP.
Yeah. Now I wonder if the knives break because if you can use
they do.
Knives,
you have to level. But here's the difference. Unlike the other remakes, in this game you can actually level up the knife, and you can carry more of them.
I'm saying though, what I liked about RE4 was the knife wasn't breakable.
Also, this makes a return. The blue medallions.
It's probably a side mission.
It is. See, but here's what I found out. Remember back? All we had to do was go to the
bridge
village
to the fucking thing.
Yeah, to the house.
Wow.
But you remember back when you used to shoot out the 15?
There he is, the most handsome man in the whole village.
Hey Chris, remember back when we used to shoot out the 15 blue medallions, right? So in this game they broke it up. They broke it up into sections. So you get 5 in this section, 5 in another section, and 5 in another section.
Wow.
Hey, I see you found your missing senorita.
Senorita has a name. It's Ashley. You are?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Very good questions.
Hey,
wow.
You met him earlier, Leon.
Hi. Now.
See, but I really think they're going to change up the way. Oh,
It's game time.
it's game time. That's the line. I'm glad they put it in. But I really think they're going to change up the way that Leon and Luis get together.
Barricaded. All right. Yeah, it used to be in the other game where it was like you just use the bookcase to board it up.
Yeah, but the bookcase will always get knocked over anyway.
Yeah. This could be a chaotic mess.
That's the other thing too. You can parry with the knife.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a mess, just like RE5 was when you had to kill all them minorities protesting.
Chris, stop it. Stop that.
Oh man, that's why if they remake RE5,
Here he comes.
Yeah,
it's the new enemy.
I wonder how much of a bullet sponge he is though.
I'm not gonna say he's like a full-on bullet sponge, but he's definitely
because El Salvador was kind of sort of a shotgun bullet sponge to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, but he comes upstairs and do swing that hammer. Just run.
Why did you you could dodge. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Attach
And
case.
so the other thing
Elegant
you got,
mask.
you get to, of course, still get to upgrade, treasures and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, wasn't it like purple? That's interesting. They changed up the color.
Or it was probably one of the other ones.
Yeah.
Also, remember when I mentioned earlier about upgrading the attaché case to give you perks and stuff?
Yeah.
You can only do it at certain points of the game, such as the typewriter.
So you can't just do it any other time.
Yeah, you can't do it just cause. And you can add like charms and that's the charm. You add like the chicken charm, you get was it overall health recovery.
That is. Speedrunners are definitely going to have an interesting time with this game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Resident Evil.
I know what you're talking about, but no. But it's funny because she has white hair now. It's not blonde. It's not blonde. It's just straight up white blonde now. It's different.
Yeah, it's there.
I think I didn't play. Well, no, I did.
Do the villagers still speak Mexican Spanish despite it being in Spain? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did you think there was going to be authenticity here, dude? Shut up. This is a Japanese. Okay.
So Last of Us is out.
I think I like her Olsen look better.
That's why I say I don't know about that.
Hang on, but Brian, check this out. So because it's Resident Evil, it's Capcom. This game is going to come with stupid amount of costumes. Like Leon can get his original RE4, like his original look from RE4, and I'm pretty sure they might do the same thing for Ashley. And of course, the mods. The modding community is going to have a field day with this game.
Oh Lord! I know what she's going to get. I know the first mod she's getting because everybody's basic. It's going to be the bunny suit.
The bunny suit.
The regular jump, bunny ears.
Speaking of which, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past got reverse engineered and it's on the PC now.
Yep, I heard about that.
And it's not even emulation; it's like a legit PC port. And I was like, "Wow, that's interesting."
I would hurry up and try to archive that shit before Nintendo sends that C&D,
like they did that Streets of Rage shit.
Yep.
Which I still have, by the way.
Or no, worse yet, the Chrono Trigger remake. Somebody took the time to make like a modern retro remake of Chrono Trigger, and Nintendo slapped that shit down.
It's like, we'll do it when we feel like it. Stop doing our work for us.
Did you hear about well, look, nobody cares, and I know nobody cares about this whole shit, but Billy Mitchell double fucked himself.
Yes.
You hear about that?
Yes, I did. Yes.
So, all right, just give a real brief thing. Just real brief. He's been going with he's been in a lawsuit with Twin Galaxies for a minute now, and they couldn't find no pictures of him doing the record at this quote unquote, I think it was like at a mortgage broker's convention, right? He did that at. I don't know. I don't ask questions, y'all. But anyway,
say a PPP loan. But
anyway,
yeah.
Billy Mitchell looked like a dude that applied for several of them.
Billy looked like the dude that orchestrated that shit.
You ain't lying. But anyway,
Billy Mitchell looks like he denied me a fucking loan. All right,
Billy Mitchell. Look, Billy Mitchell looks like that type of nigga. You went to McDonald's and y'all both bought the same meal for about $5 each, right? And y'all eating y'all eating all that shit. Like, you're like, yeah, man, you got $5 you give me? Hey, yeah, man, I got this shit. I'm about to go to the bathroom real quick. And he leaves you. You don't see him. He looks like one of those dudes, yo.
He look like he don't use a washcloth when he showers.
No. Billy doesn't. Billy just washes his beard and nothing else.
Use his hands.
Everything else got
no,
Chris.
no,
Everything else still got to smell like 1985, man. So
no, D. No, like you said, he washes his beard. He just lets the water cascade over everything else.
By the way, before you continue, D, I'm gonna need you hotel people to know that fucking shower system, that is racism. All right, That's racism. Nobody washes themselves with that shit coming down.
Oh, what the like the
Directly
straight down,
down.
Directly
the rain,
down. Yeah, the rain
effect.
showers. That's racism, all right?
I would love to because I want to be sitting in
I
the
don't have
shower.
flowing hair. I have kinky hair. What the fuck, man? Like,
Hey,
God.
Chris, shut the fuck up. You know you want to be in the rain shower going, "This is my December." You know you want to. That is some white people shit, y'all. But yeah,
That's racism.
Or
right?
hold on, or at least have the rain shower be tiltable.
Yeah, it tilted a little bit.
Come
Something.
on, man. Come on, man. All right, but anyway,
Anyways,
what happened was they said, Billy, you have no proof of you breaking that record. Yes, I do. No, you don't. Yes, I do. And he showed the picture. Twin Galaxies looked at that picture and go, you fucked yourself over. The reason why was because the arcade machine that was in the background was still not the legal one because the record was supposed to be broken on a 4-way controller. It's a regular 4-way joystick. The one that was in the background was an 8-way joystick. That nigga's getting all the way sued.
Damn.
The fact that they took a look at it,
about it.
They looked at it, looked at him, hold up, D, looked at the picture, looked at Billy, looked back at the picture. You fucked yourself, you know.
And here's the best part about it, though. Here's the best part about it. He could have gave him 4 other pictures. But the one that he had to do his shitty thumbs up with the score in the background, they was like, well, Billy, you did. Is that a blue control? Man, even the handle's blue. That's the 8-way jump. We'll see you in your court, Mr. Mitchell.
It's like, you know what? We're good.
we are
Beautiful. And here's the best part. And this is something I have always learned because, you know, I'm a kid that lived in the hood. If you're going to hang out with shady people, don't take pictures with them, right? So this is the one thing, this is the one thing that Billy did. This is the best part that Billy did with the pictures that he provided from there. It's like, who's the other people in there? Whereas that's his friend. Oh, that's his friend. Nothing wrong with his friend. Like, there's nothing wrong with his friend. Are you sure there's nothing wrong with his friend? Investigate him. And what you find out, his friend is like fraud. Well, what about his friend's wife? Same thing. Fraud.
So what you're telling me?
And the one other person in the picture is one of Billy's flunkies who's full of shit. It's like, so imagine, if you will. Your Honor, I'm innocent. Look at these pictures. All right. I see a picture with you and Hitler, a picture with you and Stalin, a picture with you and Donald Trump, and a picture of you and Akuma. I don't think this is good for you, sir. That's what it looks like.
It's like a picture of you in Akuma. No, he the guy. Hold on.
You are hanging out with the heel, and you're going, we was just chilling.
No, D. The sad thing is, he'd have got off if it was just a picture of him in Akuma.
Man. You would have got off on that. This is the thing that kills me, though. Like I said, I'm mad, number one, that this has been an ongoing thing for like almost a decade.
12 years.
A full decade. I'm mad at that, number one. What I'm really mad at is that Billy, who is knocking on 60 years old, still has not learned a fucking lesson yet. I don't understand it. Dude, you know it's Donkey Kong. This ain't Contra. This ain't you beating Contra, not getting touched. Okay?
No, D.
Chill.
D, this is the best part. The King of Kong was by far the worst thing that could have happened to him.
Because it put the spotlight on that fucking record. And then
but it gave him an excuse to put out that damn hot sauce, though.
But it also put so much spotlight on Steve Wiebe, because Steve Wiebe is the most normal white guy,
very
unassuming, chill dude ever. He's what we'd like to call. He literally, when you watch the King Kong, he's like, man, this guy is such a good guy. Like, holy shit, fuck Billy Mitchell. Like, yo,
Billy off the break, I knew was a dickhead.
No, but it's like, but when you see Steve Wiebe, where he's just this normal guy that's a family man, and he just likes playing Donkey Kong, it's like, man, go Steve Wiebe, you know. And it's like, wow, Billy, this wasn't good for you.
Because you saw between Stevie didn't make it. He didn't make it his life.
I don't think that
He
documentary
didn't
made
make it his life.
anybody look good. It made nobody.
It made nobody look good.
It made Steve look good, but it was kind of like he kind of got fucked over in a little bit because of that whole, like, he was trying to break the record and Billy came in with that bullshit ass VHS tape of him breaking the record, and I was like, really? And then did we find out that that videotape was bullshit or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Full of crap. Full of crap. Do you know that Billy in year 11 last year, when we got the tape?
That shit is not admissible in court, sir.
And then somebody else ended up breaking the Donkey Kong record
what?
that wasn't
It's good
those
to be
two.
white.
And it's like, all right.
It's good to be white because I didn't know that you could punt a fucking court case like this as many times in their head. I know Twin Galaxies, they're like, look, dog, we only make like 100,000 a year, man. We ain't bringing in bank. You killing us right now.
That's why I told
dog,
both.
we ain't got time.
No, that is why I
you.
told.
That's money we got to spend to get you.
That is why I told both of you Negroes. I took a picture with Billy Mitchell, and I will never put that shit on social media ever.
I say you should, only for the fact that I'll re-edit that thing where you're like,
No, I legit have a picture with him because he came to DC.
Yeah, I remember that picture. I know it very well.
Kojima or Billy Mitchell? Billy Mitchell it is.
Bro. Well, Kojima wasn't even there.
I know. I'm just kidding with you.
Like that was that whole video game symphony orchestra thing that they were doing where they turned it into like a big thing for like a week. And I just happened to go to it. I'm leaving, and on my way out, I see Billy Mitchell. And this is back when all I was trying to do was get the damn hot sauce.
Billy Mitchell just like a regular ass white dude in DC, to be honest with you.
And this was 2011.
Only thing that
this was right before all that bullshit kicked off with him.
Only thing you was missing right there after you took that picture was turn around, you bumped into Tommy Tellerico and he gave you a CD, a random CD of his music and shit.
I wish I wish he was there. I really wish he was there.
Do you know that this cock missile had the goddamn nerve to say that he created the oof? Oh my god.
He said, bro, I'll never forget when he
created
came out and said that.
Sound.
Yeah.
I look. I wish I had the website. I wish I had dude's video on me right now. I don't feel like looking for it. He did a whole hour special on it. It is the most amazing thing. Tommy Tellerico, apparently, since we have ever known him, has lied. Just lied. Like the only thing that he has done was music. The music, fine. Don't take that away from him. It's when he starts talking, you should take that away from him. That is what I learned about Tommy Tellerico. Yeah,
y'all gonna fuck around and end up seriously, y'all gonna fuck around and end up owing David Wise an apology.
Man,
hey Chris, you cool with me, man? But why is everybody in the video game industry an asshole?
Like they said, never meet your heroes, bro. Never meet your heroes.
I guess finishing off this Last of Us TV show is taking off, but we had a casualty that happened. Anne Wershing, who played Tess in the video game Last of Us, she died of cancer. She got diagnosed back in 2020, but you know, cancer, despite treatment, sometimes, it just takes over. It just wins, unfortunately, and she died. The TV show is actually pretty good so far.
It's really good.
It's you know, everybody felt some way about the last episode, but I'm like, guys, did you not like look at the letters when you're in Billstown? Kind of implied that there was something happening. It's just the game ain't gonna dive into that shit because it's a video game. Like,
and plus the show already got picked up for a second season.
Which, you know what's funny to me? Everybody's predicting, oh, so we're getting Last of Us Part 2 in Season 2. I'm like,
everybody's thinking that's what it is.
That? Because you could literally end this season off with like with Joel getting stabbed in the school and end it off right there. And that'd be a good way to end off Season 1 where Ellie picks him up and boom, we end with them going off into winter. That'd be a hell of a way to end that off.
I mean, they could not only could they do that, or they could do like what they did with Walking Dead. They just take some liberties, you know, have a couple of things happen for a couple of, you know, for some episodes that aren't necessarily related to the video game. You know, it could just be an original storyline episode for a season.
Yeah, because because the greatest thing about this show to me is that we have to think about it in terms of, okay, we're watching a show, we're not playing the game. So
Yeah.
the show has a lot of leeway to fill in the blanks. What I liked about the first episode was like we're following Joel's daughter during the day, because if you play the game, if you paid attention to the TV, they were highlighting there was some shit that was going down in town, but you didn't really ignore it because you're just following Joel's daughter. But what I like about that first episode, they spotlighted, oh, shit was hitting the fan days before, weeks before this happened. But that day, whoo, yeah, fire, ambulance, everything was popping off, and it was about to go. It was a prelude to shit happening.
Like,
So
did you like the way not Bill Gates or Bill Nye was telling the world what's about to happen, with fungus taking over? When I looked at this, I was like, bro, this is hitting a little too close to home, because this sounds exactly like World Health Organization talking about COVID.
Yeah, I mean, and just that, and also like, when she's asking Joel about like their neighbor, because she's transformed and stuff, and it was like, yeah, she had to go to the hospital multiple times. And then we found out in a recent episode that apparently the government was putting shit in food that was like affecting people. And I was like, oh shit. Wow. Which, ironic enough, surprise, surprise, last week it came out that so, D, you know how we joked about, like, somebody pointed out how Minute Maid, the lemonade, had like these chemicals in it that was bad for you, right? And we kept joking, oh, I'll still drink it anyway. Apparently, Simply Lemonade has the Simply brand of drinks has chemicals that actually can cause like cancer and shit in it, dead ass. And I'm like, are you serious? And they're getting sued behind that shit. Yeah, they're getting sued behind that shit. And I was like, wow.
I don't know what's
wow.
I don't know what's the bigger upset. That or freaking Biden shooting down that China spy balloon.
Oh God, what happened with that, by the way?
They got shot down.
They shot that. Well, they were deliberating on whether to shoot it down or not, and then it was like, fuck it, shoot it down.
They shot the shit out of that thing.
Was the Chinese like, oh shit, what's that doing over there? Or was it like, yeah, we did it? What was it?
I want to say a little bit of column A, column B, honestly.
Yeah, I want to say it was somewhere in the middle.
Oh man, the balloon? Shit, didn't know that happening.
Oh man, we had some problems, and we had to cancel that contract.
Man, we knew when it got off the Guam, we knew we had a problem, man.
Nah,
but it's okay. We'll do it next month.
But I just find it funny, like,
be it next month, you mother.
It's just funny to me, like, the show comes out and everybody, like, Kotaku putting out articles, finally the curse of video game stuff. I'm like, Kotaku, shut the fuck up.
You know what? I'm so sick of that. I've been sick of that for a minute, man. This whole idea that you can't do any type of video game show, movie, or anything, and you can't, you're not going to be able to make a good show. Here's the thing about it. Here's also the big thing. The Last of Us was getting rave reviews for its story way more than its game for like about a good year before everybody was like, hey, you know what? This game good too. so everybody was already talking about the story and all that, man. So it's like, that doesn't surprise me. It's the brand new of, what? You mean to tell me there's a good video? Shut up.
You just had Sonic 2 that just
I get it.
out. What are we talking about?
I get it. You
didn't Sonic like 3 on the way.
Errors. I get it. You didn't like Cole and Mortal Kombat. Shut up.
I think for me it's just
properties out there. Man.
I just want I think a lot of us just want consistency. Like, you can do, like, we knew we can get good video game TV and movies. It's just we want consistency and not just, oh, one good game and then like 5 shit fucking things, and then because like for every Sonic,
big facts,
yeah,
the curse ended with Assassin's Fist.
Because like for every Sonic, we got fucking what the two-headed horseman of Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, and that piece of shit fucking Netflix show. And it's just like, like what the fuck?
No. See the Netflix. Okay, first of all, Welcome to Raccoon City is what happens when they say, hey, you know what? I really love the first 2 games. Can we make a movie? Can we make an hour and 20-minute long movie based on both games and squeeze as much of story from both into this single movie?
On a $2 million
followed
budget.
on a $2 million budget, we're gonna change the way everybody like as far as the cast members go, change how everybody looks, make Leon an idiot, make this character this, make this character that, and just go nuts. We're gonna follow the story, but at the same time not give a fuck about following the story. Netflix Resident Evil was agenda pushing, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Was it agenda or was it
It
the articles
was.
that was saying
It
it's
was. You know it was.
Hey, look, where was the agenda in the products? Because to me, that was more so.
It was blended in somewhere like somewhere between shit and storyline.
See, that's the thing. People say agendas. I put that on the articles more so than the show itself when they advertise it. Because when they advertised the trailer, it was like, this doesn't look anything like Resident Evil, and y'all just did whatever the fuck you wanted. Yes, versus articles where they made it out to be, see, the story is very empowering. It's these women. And I'm like, that's not what the trailers gave you, though. So
no, the Netflix version had to push the two most annoying main characters to ever be put in front of a camera.
And you could
everybody wanted to be them, Eris.
No, nobody.
The thing is, there's a way to like if you want to do something like that. That show could have functioned as a good side story if it took place in another part of the world or something like that. It would have been fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been great because that's something that in the movies, at least in the games, other than Resident Evil 5, where it took place in Africa, don't know where in Africa, but Africa. You didn't really know what the fuck was happening in other parts of the world in terms of this whole thing. So it would have been nice to get that perspective, but the show just fucking shot itself in the dick multiple times over trying to do this shit. And it's just like, oh, we got Nigga Wesker and giant earthworms from Resident Evil Code Veronica.
And the gator from Resident Evil 2.
Sir, stop calling him Nigger Wesker. Can you stop putting the hard R on that?
That is his name. Nigga Wesker.
Nigga.
Can you stop calling him that?
I swear, when I saw him coming down them stairs, I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" The
moment you saw that Matrix suit, that was it.
Let me tell you, man,
that Matrix suit and that hair, I was like, "You were in John Wick."
No, look, Lance Reddick, God bless him. That man took that paycheck and was like, "All right, cool, fine. I'm in this. I'm gonna put my best foot forward. I'm gonna do whatever." Meanwhile, he's kicking up in the Horizon games and acting his ass off in that one. I'm like, you know what, dude? Stick to mocap in the Horizon and you're straight because you're good in that game.
Besides, he was already at the Netflix studios doing voiceover work for Paradise PD,
basically. So it's like, hey, you know, it's
Paradise PD is how he keeps. Paradise PD is how he keeps that Ford Expedition in that garage, nigga. You better.
I play Agent.
Hey, you know, Riddick looked like he got a Ford Expedition and he happy about it too. So what's that? What's my expedition?
So
he one of them niggas.
Don't you know? I'm Agent Clackers.
So D, have you been playing? Have both of y'all been?
I hate that show now, Eris. Why? The only thing I still like about it was the big ball energy.
Big ball energy.
He had the nerve to palm slap his nuts.
So both of y'all, other than me playing Crisis Core, which I need to get back into playing, have both of y'all been playing any games lately?
I'm playing right now. You can't say it. I'm actually playing Smash. I'm getting back into Smash again. It's been a minute, and real talk. Just because I'm trying to get all the trophies, and just a personal thing because I had the game and I didn't finish it. Was a game I mentioned earlier. It's actually Samurai Warriors 4 and Dynasty Warriors 7, the last good Dynasty Warriors. Because 8 was. Look, imagine. All right, the different. Now I know to everybody it's the same bullshit. Fine, cool. But check this out. Imagine, if you will, you saw a game. The game that came out before. That was pretty good. This is actually a good edition of it. The very next game is the same game, and they take away like half the weapons.
Wow.
Fuck that game. Well, I hate how that game fell apart.
Wow.
That game, which, you know, it's bad enough. Like I said, look, I make fun of Dynasty Warriors because I know it's a shitty game. I know it is. I like it. It's a stress reliever for me. But other than that, forgive me, Chris. I picked up Yakuza 5, and I have not picked it up. I'm still in the first part of the game. Like I did like the first chase scene where Kiryu is racing people in a regular ass Toyota Crown.
Wait till you upgrade the car there, buddy.
I forgot there's upgrades. This nigga is like, no, seriously, you're in a Toyota Crown that can't go no faster than 80 miles per hour. And you need to tell. These are
Insane.
errors. It's full on initial D scenes.
Yeah.
Yakuza, like I stand by that. Yakuza is one of the greatest games ever made. But yeah, I haven't picked it up in like a month though. But that's what I've been playing lately. That and I've been playing a shit ton of baseball because I'm about to get on MLB The Show this year. I'm getting on 23 this year. So yeah.
Cool. About you, Sue?
I've been playing a little game called Battlefield 2042, and I've been having some fun. I got a little clip. One of my favorite shots.
Here we go. And
Was that wait a minute, that Battlefield you was in?
Yeah, that was Battlefield.
I played Bayonetta 3 too because I got that on the Switch.
Between that game, I went back, and of course, I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise. That's my game. There was another game I played a little bit of. Oh yeah, I went back and I played Fight and Rage and Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal still is good.
Dude, that game it never stopped being good. Doom Eternal is an awesome game. Very stress-inducing when you play it on Ultra Nightmare.
Look, them speedrunners make that shit like it's a breeze.
Yeah, I've just been doing like secrets and collector hunting.
But 2.5 weeks from now, we're about to get our samurai on with Like a Dragon Ishin.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Like a
Kenny Omega's apparently in that game too. Apparently, yeah, I know.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't mind Kenny Omega and his shit. It's just that some of his weeaboo shit is like, Kenny, I get it. You can speak
I
Japanese.
love it.
You can speak Japananiese fluently. Shut up. I don't care, Kenny.
I'm just hyped to play Cosmo with a gun and a sword. So I'm hyped.
I think that's cool, man. I was like, God, it was that one. It was it was another game that I
the Horizon DLC dropped this month too.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait.
Go ahead.
Now, real quick. I'm just actually really disappointed in my sons and my nephews. I have to report this real quick. Not a big deal. Everybody has different things with their children, all that. Look, I totally destroyed my children over the Christmas break, and
it's called a School of Hard Knocks. All right,
I don't know what to say, man. It's just that, nigga, we losing recipes, man. I feel like I'm a bad father. That's all I gotta say. Cause I had no, like, my son, the only game they play, the only game I know they will rock my shit in is Dragon Ball. Cause I'm no good at that game. Mm-hmm. I suck in Dragon Ball. I hate it. I would love to play it. Can't keep up with that shit. I just really can't keep up with it, man. So it's a sad day when I gotta sit and play Alpha 3 for about 15 minutes, and I'm 36 and like 2. So I'm tired of that. Like, these children don't.
It's a 2. Like, did you just give them the 2 or what happened?
Yeah, no. All right, I can tell you this: out of all the time I played on Alpha, I lost. The only challenge I had the whole time playing my kids was Tekken. Because Tekken is the only one where I will admit, catch me sleeping. But I keep on telling this to everybody, especially if they're a kid that doesn't play every day and they're not like a nerd that really plays a fighting game. When you're playing Tekken, man, this little kid kicked my ass. All right, breathe in, breathe out. You're fighting a child. And the second they realize that little kid gets his balls rocked. So yeah, Tekken was like the only game they got me. And real talk, my oldest son is actually, he wants to be good with King, Eris.
Good. A lot of work.
He wants to be good with King.
Good.
He wants to be good with Jen. He wants to be good with Miguel. You want to know the truth? He cheeses with Feng Wei. Anyway,
I mean, it's all right. Like,
you know, man, look. I gotta be real with you. Feng Wei went from my top 5 to, damn, I got him because I hit random. I used to like Feng Wei when he first came out. He was my nigga, man. I don't like him no more, man.
I mean, fucking Tekken video. I mean, it's all right.
I love that video.
Which one did they say it was all right for?
No.
Feng Wei.
It was Feng Wei. It was your boy Moist Critical. Woo!
I know the meme, but other who. Oh, speaking of which, I saw the one for Yakuza. The one for Yakuza is a good one because you need to see the one for the bosses. The one for the bosses, Chris, is so. All right, granted, I don't know the bosses in 5 and 6, but I can grade all the rest of them. Nigga, it is the most accurate thing you will ever see in your life. Because the second you saw the police chief, it was the biggest dog shit I've ever seen.
Hold on, the 1 and 4 that you have to fight, where you have to fight. No, you fight. Okay, folks, I'm gonna paint the picture here. So Yakuza 4.
We just beat that. My sons just beat that game.
So
we're playing the last board, riffing it the whole time.
So what happens in Yakuza 4 is that the police chief, as with every Yakuza, somebody in the police department is obviously fucking corrupt as per a Yakuza game.
Hey man, you saw John Woo flicks. You seen Beat Takeshi movies, nigga. You
so this guy has in his pocket his own Scorpion squad of cops that you got to fight. So you don't fight just the police chief. You got to fight like 8 fucking dudes.
Here's the best part, Chris. Here's the best part. So what I learned was like, oh shit. So we gotta fight. I was like, we gotta fight the police chief. I was telling my sons, we ain't gonna fight him. He's gonna get some goons out there, right? Now, the fun part, you know, all the goons is like jumping the shit at you and all the rest of that, right? I rolled out. I said, just to be funny, I'm gonna roll over there and drop kick his ass. I ran over there and I drop kicked a senior citizen. Yakuza is one of the greatest games ever made. Imagine if whatever the old man that's been giving you shit in your life, just imagine he has a gun, he's shooting at you, but the game has the nerve to give him the animation of an old man trying to reload. He's all like, ha. So when he's doing that shit, you can just roll over there and bust his ass.
Oh yeah, the game also dictates you because at the start, my man kicks over a guy and then uses him as fucking leverage to jump on top over everybody. He's about to come down to punch the dude. All of a sudden, like clockwork, one of his henchmen blocks the punch. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That would have been a clean ass punch. Easily.
I just like how now hold on. We're looking at the last scene, right? You see the cat. Come on, it's a Yakuza game. Top of motherfucker. You're on top of the Millennium Tower. There's a big pile of ass cash. You played every game. You know where this is headed. So this is what my son said. So where the good guys at? I'm like, I don't know, but I hope them niggas don't show up in a helicopter.
Yeah, D. Wait till you get to 5 because it's.
I like the fact that these niggas got off. They was like, all right, pick your boss.
Oh, D. When you get to 5, it's one of those like. So why are we fighting again?
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me? Wait a minute. Is it Kiryu's? Is Kiryu's fight? Why are we fighting again?
Dude, it's the same thing that happened at the end of 4. You have 4 separate boss fights. And I'm just sitting there like, why? Huh?
So you mean to tell me after Yakuza 2, Kiryu technically really didn't get a good boss battle until 6? Is that what you're trying to say? Yakuza's the best game ever made. I swear to God.
I remember playing 5, which is so focused. I'm not spoiling it for D. I let them play it, but like when you get to the ending, you're like, this ending makes no fucking sense.
I just got one question. You can spoil this for me. Because in the beginning of the game, we seen it. Next thing you know, Kiryu wakes up. I'm sorry, is that a bitch in this room? Oh, Kiryu. Does she leave or does she get killed? Please tell me which one.
Leave.
Oh. I was hoping death.
Come on, man.
The reason I was hoping death was because I really don't. Come on, look, you played it. Come on, y'all, shut the fuck up. Y'all played Japanese games before. You knew they was going to. I thought they was going to. Come on, whatever.
No, that's not happening. But yeah,
D just wanted an excuse for heat mode to be activated.
Oh man, look, dude, this is Kiryu, man. This is Kiryu. All you need is a pup. Look, if there's a puppy that he knows and it got kicked a little bit, that's it.
But anyways, that is it for pressing buttons. We are definitely going to keep this as a once a month thing. So we just gotta, because fuckery always abounds in the video game world,
Especially
and it's always
the video game industry.
We'll definitely see you guys on the very next episode.
At that point,
now hold on. Sometimes, depending on how crazy stuff gets in the news of video games,
live stream some stuff too.
We definitely check us out in the next live stream, or like I said, we might do an episode sooner than later.
They're doing a new Tekken announcement tomorrow after this World Tour finals and stuff. So I might see what that's about, because I'm hoping because it's probably some more Tekken 8 news.
No, but I'm talking about like aside from that, like any other crazy stuff that happens in the game news. Depending on how crazy it is, you might get an episode sooner rather than later.
Yeah,
but
in a way, in some instances, pray to God is not going to be one where people lost their jobs. But
well, we already started off as me and Sue talked at the top of it. 2023 already had casualties of everybody losing jobs because we need more money.
Like it could either be that, or God knows you're doing the most over the top disingenuous apology for a deep fake. But again, we ain't gonna talk about that. Y'all have a good one. It's pressing buttons.
Yeah, just don't jerk off the AI. There you go. Peace, guys.
That boy is Benny Hanna.